Alright. Cool. Let's see what we got going on. Let's check these audio levels real quick before we jump on track. Let's see. Alright. Does this sound good?
Well, I didn't see you until I was like touching you.
Alright. Does this sound good? Yeah.
And I know it's pretty crazy, but no worries. Yeah, I'm trying to just be normal.
The dude said I didn't see it too. I started touching you.
It kind of startled me.
What the hell? Let's see.
Radio check over.
I hear ya.
Lando, what's going on, bro? How you been? I ain't seen you in a minute. Are you excited for Lando taking the lead? I told you he'd come back, bro. I knew you had faith. I knew you had faith in him, just like me. Let's see. All right, that should be done. Cool. Now we're good. What's up, everybody? On YouTube, what's up on Twitch? All right, guys. Let me, I'm not gonna silence this, but I'm gonna put the volume down. Just get into this live. There it is. All right. Happy Thursday, everybody. All right, let's get in here and get some practice and just do that. Can we? Let's minimize this. All right, what up, Byrix? Thanks for joining. Let's get some practice in. All right, hopefully it's set up the way it was. Oh my God, I'm on dry tires, idiot. I don't know if you guys saw my stream. Last stream I was...
It's like a lake at the top of the hill.
All files. What is this?
It's like a lake everywhere.
I just need the car setups. Oh, motor. There we go. Open. Let's get some wets. There we go. Now we're on the wets. I was watching the race with my dad and my neighbor called us, making sure everything was okay. He was checking out you guys because you guys were excited about Lando. That's what's up, bro. What's going on, everybody on YouTube? Appreciate you guys jumping in here. We're gonna get some practice real quick. I think the race starts in... I have no idea when the race starts. I think we're gonna get some practice in though, obviously. This is not something I typically do, but with the rain, I'm going to need all the practice I can get.
Pit lane speed limit is 37 miles per hour.
That's tight though. Yeah, I'm glad he took it back. There's a lot of haters out there. God, this is gonna be a tough race. I'll tell you right now, guys. I don't know how long this stream will be. Alright, let's go try to soak in the track.
Pit exit looks clear.
Stay out of trouble. And go from there. Let's keep it nice and clean. Let's try to follow some people around. And then try to open up the car a little bit. Alright. Old tires. Your neighbor was chill, but also questioning. God damn. This rain is coming down hard. Yeah, but I'm just glad that Lando got it back. Ah, man. I gotta watch that turn. So here, I think there's a a marker right there where I'll stop on that first white marker. I think that's a safe spot for me to start slowing down. And then here, I think after this long run, it's like a fucking body of water here. Alright. Yeah, this is gonna be a wreck fest for sure. Can I get a mic check?
That's clear.
Thank you, sir. Oh man, oh man. Yeah, he'll get the championship, bro. Oh, my braking points are off. Because the last time I had like this puddle kind of marked, but since the conditions changed,
Car left. Clear
not so
left,
much
left
a puddle
side.
there.
Clear left.
Alright, let's see if I can follow these guys and try to learn something. Yeah, that's the tough thing in this too. You can't see shit.
In the walkthrough, they said avoid the shiny parts. What did I forgot to ask? What happened?
Car left, clear left.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm not gonna be able to keep up with anybody.
We
We'll see
put
how
on
this
our
goes.
swimsuits and just do the best we can. Start backstroking or something.
Let's see. Yeah, this is gonna take some getting used to. This whole thing is. See, those guys got fast pace.
Thank you.
It's alright. I'll learn the track and try to. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. How fast it could really.
The rain's easing now. Looks like conditions are improving.
Really? This is called conditions improvement? Alright, we need to figure out some braking markers to try to stop this car in time for that that turn after this long straight. So where are we going to make a braking marker? Right at... See, I don't see shit. Oh, okay, so there's a 300. That's probably too much. I would say like 200 probably where I should start braking. I would say. I don't know, we'll come back around and try it again. We'll brake at the 200 and see if we can make that stick. Let's see.
P20.
That's very discouraging. On P20. Oh, it's because I got the Haas livery on the Porsche Cup car, so I figured I'd just go all Haas with it. If I stream this weekend, for sure I'll be representing McLaren. Okay, so I need to look out for like those, maybe those little white markers. Okay, so it's getting really sunny. I wonder if that's gonna play an effect in the race, or if it's gonna start raining again. Yeah, McLaren got that constructors. As long as they can hold off fighting each other.
All right, Patrick. Light rain now.
Keep
Looks like
Max
it's getting better.
from being a contender, and we'll be all right. Yeah, I can't see shit behind them.
On your left. Clear left.
Hit him with the spray. Alright, so I'm going to stop at the 200 and see if I can make that stick. Let's see. Right here. Oh, Oh, okay. No, that's probably still too early. Sorry, that wasn't the 200 where I break that. Oop, stay off that paint. Pretty embarrassing that I'm P20.
P12. That puts you 5.3 seconds off the pace. That lap time was 1:59.47. 15 minutes remaining, 15 minutes to go.
Everybody seems to be adapting pretty well with this rain. I feel like I'm like probably the one that's struggling the most. I don't know. I just feel like I'm struggling. Bro, this rain is not for me, Mike. This shit is...
Okay, Patrick, it stopped raining.
Shit. I didn't have enough speed to go
On your
around.
left. Hold your line. Hold your line.
Oh shit, I caught some
Left.
I caught
Left
some
side.
up.
Clear left.
Fuck. It's alright. Saveable. Ah. Fucking paint, bro. This guy this guy's coming in hot. I don't want to fuck his run up. Damn, that sucks. I need to figure that out. Yeah, bro. Fuck. This rain is not for me.
13th place.
Like I already struggle in perfect conditions with the Cup car. Much less throw this rainstorm in there. Oh, bro. Alright, let's see if we can advance up. I'm just trying to prepare for this race, bro. I don't know if it's gonna rain all... Ooh, I saw that. Alright, we found 3 seconds, so let's try to keep it up. Oh shit, I'm losing time. This is clearing up fast. Kind of. Oh no. Idiot. Oh, I lost a lot of momentum there. Alright, Lando, I appreciate you dropping by, bro. You gonna be pulling for old McLaren in Brazil this weekend? Alright, let's see. I need to find out. Good luck with your cross country, bro. That's what's up, bro. Good luck this weekend on your cross country. Oh man. Come on. Oh wow, I got bumped back down to P20 just like that.
That's your best lap in this session. You're currently 3.1 off the pace.
3. Oof. Trash, bro. It's alright, we'll find some more time. Uh-oh. I don't know why I stopped like that so hard. It's okay. I'll make up for it. Bro, like I have very minimal experience in the rain.
Left side. Clear left.
Okay, Patrick, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Oh shit, I got 10 minutes to master this track. And come up with a good pit strategy. I have no idea how to adjust these fuel levels. Last time I pitted too early. So I don't really know how to max out my fuel, but that's what I need to happen. Let's see. Damn it, I lost some time there.
P16, that's your best lap in this session. You're now 3.8 seconds off the leader's pace. That was 156.01.
8 seconds. And we'll just call it 4, Jimbo. I don't want to play with that paint. Not under these conditions. So I wonder if this rain's going away for good or if it's going to come back, because they had us do all the practice in rain, so I don't really know how they figure this weather situation. I'll see.
Okay, Patrick, you've got half your fuel left.
Sorry about that, Robert.
I need to figure out how to max out the fuel. Alright, let's see. There we go. Found some time. Everybody else is getting faster.
That's your fastest lap. That last lap was a 154.58.
Yeah, everybody's getting faster. And dust in the wind. I'm struggling. Uh-oh. Damn it. No. You think Supermax is gonna take it or what? I see. Yo, this is gonna be a shit show. For all these cars to be getting around this track like this, and me, I'm gonna be braking early.
Okay, Patrick, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
This is better than makes sense. Ultimately, it's a driver that has to extract the potential out of the vehicle. Yeah, I mean, I guess like the best case study is maybe not this year, but just look at Lance Stroll and
5 minutes to
Alonso.
go. 5 minutes left.
Car left, clear left.
Or like
P17.
Max and Yuki. No, yeah, I'm not denying their dominance. I mean, yeah, they had good cars, but they're the only ones that can extract the potential out of them. I mean, look at all the other guys. They're struggling with that
Nice day.
Red Bull. Ooh. I'm not getting any faster, y'all. Fucking up. I need to figure out. Yeah. Nah. I don't hate on Max. I don't count him out either. I think that dude's a fucking generational talent for sure. The way he can just hop into any car, bro, any sim, and just own it. I'm just curious if it's gonna rain anymore. Fuck. That was bad. That was bad. It's alright. Let's see if we can clean this up and get a faster lap. This is me and iRacing in a Porsche Cup. It's trash. Bro, you're about to see a hot pile of trash here in a second. And the sad thing is, these people in the league are gonna hate me. Because I have to come back and see these people. Now I'm gonna try my best to keep my nose clean. Ow, that braking point's a little off. Yeah. I need to figure out a way to extract more of this car. And I hit the paint. It's alright, we're still alive. We're still alive, we're still alive. Yeah, what he did in that GT is crazy, bro. And like in the short amount of time too, you know what I mean? Like, was it 1 week he was in a restricted GT4 to get his license, and then he just fucking yep, track limits.
Okay, Patrick, we need to watch these track limits.
What overlay? Oh, the commentary? Yeah, when they put it on, I don't think it starts until 2 minutes. But I'm gonna have to turn off the music. I'm gonna turn off the music and then put the commentary overlay. I like to hear it too, but I was trying to figure out how to turn it up. It wasn't. I don't know if you could really hear it that well on stream. I'm gonna do it right now since we have some time. Looks like we only have about a minute anyways. Let's go to, oops, not you. I just don't know how to get the volume on this louder, because I think it all works with the desktop volume. The cockpit fund, I appreciate you, bro. Mike coming through for the cockpit fun. Let's go. All right. I have, let's see. I just want to make sure the volume's up. Notifications up.
Checkered flags out, P19.
P19. That wasn't quali, was it? Oh no, that was just the end of the practice session. Yeah, I guess it doesn't come on until 4 minutes.
20th place.
Hell yeah, bro. I need to get a new cockpit. I know. Bro, I've been letting that other Sim Magic setup just sit there because I know that it's too big for this to handle. Boy, saying gay stuff online. All right, let's get this quali in. I think we get 3 quali laps. Yeah, I think we get 3. So let's make it happen. Alright, I need to get a banker lap just to get on. Wait, is it wet or not? I'm so confused. I'm gonna be pissed. I guess I can get around track if I see it. Oh, I guess the stream's on. Is it loud? I mean, I can hear it, but I don't know. I don't know how it sounds like for you guys. Oh yeah, it's still wet. I still see water throwing up. Alright, so we'll stay on the wets. The only thing is, I don't know if it's gonna rain. Oh no, it's not wet anymore, y'all. Yeah, it is it? I wonder if I can get around on dries. Bro, I think I'm gonna try dries. See how it works. And I'm gonna do a quali setup. I don't know if this is a good move or a bad move, but I'm gonna try. Where's the quali setup at? All files. Where's the quali? Idiot. I don't know how to do this. VRS RAM. Oh, it's this one. Wait. So what is this place called? Oh, it's this, Aragon. Oh, Carly, there's a quali. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna do dries. Hopefully it stays fucking dry. Where's the weather? I don't know how to find the weather. I don't know how to use this. Oh, here we go. Zoom out. Does this mean no rain? I'm so confused. Oh, there's rain passing. This fucking computer needs to hurry up, bro. Alright, I'll have to figure that out here in a sec.
Okay, Patrick, we've got 3 laps. Let's get this done.
Alright, I'm on dry, so let's see if I can extract something a little bit better. Oh shit, I'm sliding. This ain't gonna be good. This is gonna be bad. I probably should have kept the fucking wets on there, man. Yeah, it's still shooting up shit. Oh, I gotta put the wets on. Oh my god. What's up with the 80s track? That was a fucking idiot move to put the dries on. I think I'm gonna keep the wets. Alright.
The leader has just done a 149.76.
I'm gonna put the stream on the TV so I can see what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, I need to keep these lights on. Oh, so we gotta get a time in. Bro, I cannot keep crashing like this. Idiot. Trying to get to the PCA. There it is. So I can see the broadcast.
Well, hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to RaceSpot TV, and welcome back to the PCA Challenge class. This is round number 5 of the season, coming to you tonight from Aragon. My name is Ron Mullins, flying solo tonight here in the commentary booth. Hugo Luis is our producer for tonight's broadcast. We're thrilled to have Princess Cruises as the 2025 PCA title sponsor, as the official cruise vacation partner of Series 14. They provide exclusive offers, including world-leading itineraries across a fleet of 17 elegant ships sailing to more than 330 global destinations. Reach out to the PCA concierge team to book your next adventure today by calling 833-679-2188. Well, with all the business taken care of, let's shift off into tonight, the 5th round of what has been a fantastic season here in the Challenge class for the Porsche Club of America. This adventure that began all the way back in early September at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps has seen us go to some absolutely amazing global racing venues. Watkins Glen after that, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Laguna Seca last time at it. Here tonight at Aragon to kick off was going to be a fantastic run to the checkered flag here for this season. Zoller and VIR to follow in the weeks ahead, but here at Aragon, which we expect it to be a tough race, and it's going to be one with the rain still a factor. But before we move off into the race, let's take a look at the championship point standings as we head off into this round of the championship. Ed Tribbett is your current championship points leader. 930 points is his tally at the present moment. It's a tie for P2 between Johan Nye and Antonio De Silva. Those two racers are probably going to have that tie broken between now and the very end of the championship. And Anthony DiVincenzo is slotted in 4th at the moment. James Legault is in 5th. Robert Gales in 6th. John Kaplan in 7th. Jeffrey Block, Todd Goldberg, and Adam Holland completes your top 10 here in these Challenge class standings. This season has been absolutely fantastic. Expecting of that the same here at Aragon, and I mentioned it a few moments ago, and I'll bring it up once again here at Aragon. All throughout these past couple of weeks here in the PCA world, rain has been a factor, and we have seen it be in varied amounts throughout these races. So expecting the same sort of deal here in this Challenge class race tonight. Currently in minutes of qualifying as we run on board Thomas Doherty with a slideways moment as he heads his way onto this massively long back flat out blast here on Aragon. This track, one of the newer ones added into iRacing, if my memory serves me correctly, is one that doesn't get a lot of love on this service. I recounted the tale during last week's PCA broadcast. I'll bring it up yet again.
P17, you're currently 1.1 seconds off the leader's pace.
Here, a race of this racetrack doesn't get a lot of love on iRacing, which I think is a bit of a shame, despite the fact it's designed for motorcycles. I think it puts on some absolutely amazing racing, expecting the rain to play a huge factor in this one as well. So we see Doherty come across the line here in a few moments time. He's currently slotted in 3rd with that Tribbett holding on to the pole position right now. Let's see if it can eat away at that 1 second gap here in qualifying. Survey says that he will, but will not be able to jump in front of Les Carlin.
What's up, Jesse?
Your current driver slotted in at P2. Looking through the rest of the top
Struggling,
line,
bro.
we got Chris Twankovitz slotted in P4, and Johan Nye completing our top 5. Keith Markuson in the 076 car about to come across the line, the number 17 in the 076 car, currently slotted in 16th, I should say. As he comes across the line, does not improve his spot here.
Way
David
faster
Sawtrey
than me,
hits
man.
the wall on pit entry, heading around the final turn. A very long, sweeping bend to bring this lap to a conclusion will most certainly be a
How you doing tonight, Jesse?
at the racing action here tonight. As Vernon Messer comes across the line, he's currently slotted P15.
I fucked that up.
And 17 seconds left.
Yeah, we're expecting rain.
Certainly crunch time here in Aragon. John Kaplan going to head his way into the final braking zone right at the end.
Yeah, I didn't even get any faster, I don't think.
More quick time here in
Oh,
this session.
man,
As
I'm
he
doing
gets to see the
bad.
time that's on the board. Got to worry chip at the track limits here in this qualifying session with the limitations that these racers have. It can be a little bit tough.
That was
just
my last chance.
Qualifying time, let alone set one that super quick. He jumps up to P13 though, stormer of a lap from John Kaplan to get a lap on the board with less than a minute left to go here in this qualifying session. But as I just said, Ed Trippett, your current provisional pole sitter, doesn't look like anybody is going to get close to him yet, as it's currently 9:33.
Are you still fighting that cold?
That puts you 4.6 off the pace. You've just done a 153.34.
car as he heads his way around the final turn, technically marked off as 2 turns on the iRacing track map. Not going to improve his time.
That's the end of the session.
We'll decide to call it a qualifying session from there. Here's Patrick Augrey as he heads his way all through the start-finish straightaway right now. What can he set in the number 13 car? I don't believe that lap time counted, so that will just about do it for him here in this session, a solo session.
Hello, drivers.
That clock strikes zero,
Welcome to the warm-up
everybody's
drivers
going to
meeting
get
for
abducted back into pit lane,
Series 14
and we'll have to
5.
switch
We're
our
at
attention
Aragon.
into the rest
Race
of
control
the evening
enforcement
here
continues
tonight.
to review all
Going
those
to be an
4X
exciting
and
race for
incidents.
sure. And to get it all up and rolling, let's take a look at the starting grid where Ed Trippett is going to
But
be
if you
at
feel
the
that an
front
event
here.
on
The
track
first pole
warrants live
position
race
for him
control
here in
intervention,
this
especially
season
the
of
abuse
Challenge
of
Class
blue
competition. He'll be joined on the front row
iRacing
by
voice
our
counselor.
You're like me, bro, when you get sick.
Drivers
You get sick
all
hard.
drivers.
And third alongside him will be
But
Chris
these are the only two
Dragovich in
channels
the
that we can hear you
009
on.
car. Johan 9
Simply
will
say your
start
car
in fifth
number
alongside
followed by
him. Will be
Blue Flag
Robert
Review.
Galis. Looking right
To keep it
behind on
brief,
row number 4, it's
here in
Anthony
live race control, we'll acknowledge your
right
request.
alongside James Legault. Andrew
But the
Hillman will start
IRR submission
alongside Jeffrey
process
Block,
remains
completing your
available
top
to you
10.
for
Ben
anything that
Whitehurst
doesn't
will
get
start in
handled
11th.
during
Alongside
the
him
race.
will be Alex Lidback. And then looking
Remember
right
not to
behind on
advance
row
into
number
empty
7 will be
spaces
John
to
Kaplan
fill the gaps
alongside
from missing
Leon
cars when
Steinman.
gritting up
It's
and
Dave Jones in
pacing.
15th, Vernon Messer in
Just maintain
16th,
pace car
Keith
speed
Marcus
and
in
starting your
P17,
distances
Patrick
to the next
Aubrey
car ahead
in
until the green
P18.
flag.
And then looking right behind,
Most
riding at your top
important
20
to
is
stay
Jack
in line with the
Stevenson
car ahead,
alongside
make no
Lisa
attempt to
Eskridge. Andy
out-accelerate
McHugh
or
will start
pass
this
until you
race in
reach the
21st.
starting
Alongside
line.
him will be David Sundry. Ken
I have a
Eskridge will
note
start
about
in
the starting line. You want to pay
23rd
attention to
alongside
this.
Adam
The
Holland
checkered
in
line
P24.
that you see
One
going
last
across
starter,
the track
that
How do I do
about
fuel?
halfway down the grid
in
is
number
not the
61 car.
starting
The driver
line.
going to be starting this race in
But rather it's the single
P25.
light
Can I, like, max out
across
fuel?
the track at the end of the grid,
But
a little further
before
down
we
the
move on to
straight,
the race,
you
let's
will
take a
see
look
the
at this pole
second
lap
of
from Ed
2
Trippett in the triple
flag
4 car
stands.
as he heads his way
It'll be
down
the one
start
where
finish straightaway
the
off
officials
into
actually
turn
hanging out
number
over the
1. We
track
saw
waving the
last
flag.
week in the
So
rain turn 1 being a
there'll be a
really
skywalk there
tricky
too,
braking
like
zone.
a
Try and nail
billboard
down. You got a lot
thing
of
going
runoff
across track.
area,
Look for
but
that.
in an
It's
ideal world, you wouldn't
second
want
line.
to use it.
Feel free
Now
to
heading
accelerate
all
with
through
the
the
pack
tight
though.
twisties
Once
of
the green
this
flag
racetrack,
drops,
it's turn
but
number 2,
wait until you
feeding
reach
right
the
into
start
turn
finish
number
line
3.
before you
These
step out of line from the car in front of you to begin passing the
in
racing.
these Porsche Cup cars, but
Also, this is also
negotiating
very
it perfectly.
important.
Now
I
through
know
the
there's
kick
been
of
some
4
posts in the
into the
Discord
hairpin-esque
giving
turn
special
of turn
mention to
number
this,
5.
but
A slow part of
and it got
this
largely ignored
racetrack
for
in
the
the early
past 3
stages,
races,
but
so I'd like
building
you to
up
pay
speed
attention.
once again.
Stay off the green painted surfaces, especially when they get wet. You will go around. I can just about promise you that. You hit that green, you're going for a ride. I think you can handle it a little bit when it's dry, but there'll be some residual water. There'll be maybe some rain on it. Just take care of the car. Don't go on that green surface, and you'll probably be more or less all right. And if you're used to this one, the orange zone, it starts when you grid, it ends when you begin your second lap. And penalties given for violations that happen here are enhanced to a 15-second stop and hold in your pit stall.
Oof.
So take extra care driving through your very first lap. That orange zone again ends when you begin your second lap. If you are forced to start from the pits, alert race control by stating your car number is starting from the pits. So we will respond with your pit start instructions. Proceeding out of your pit box against live race control instructions may be a penalty. So try to start right on the grid, but if you can't, let us know. I'll tell you what to do from there. Final reminder about the overtakes. Be prepared to back off and follow. If you cannot reach the rear axle of the overtaking car with your front axle before the turn-in point, resist the urge to dive bomb. A lot of people have been getting into trouble with that. If it's too late to pass, the hole you see ahead is closing rapidly. You may be in a blind spot. There will likely be contact, and it could be an incident, and it will be your fault. Also, drive easy through the local cautions and avoid passing until you safely clear the hazard.
Your exit's clear.
Finally,
Watch the
podium
white
finisher
line.
should be prepared for post-race interviews. You probably know that by
leader
now.
has just done a
We'll give you some more information about that before
145.32.
race announcements. So, Good luck out there. Have fun. We'll see you after the race.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know if I'm doing the right call with using wets out here. Probably. Fuck, I need to figure out that braking point. Uh-oh, he followed me off.
On your right, clear right.
Really? Alright, let me put the broadcast back on.
Championship. I think he has some good speed in that 420 car. We'll have to see if this very challenging race tonight here at Aragon could be the spot where that driver can break through and get his first victory here this season. I've only seen one repeat winner thus far here in the challenge class, that being Todd
I just don't know when it's going to start raining.
Grab the victory at Watkins Glen. It was
see the
also
info.
your race winner last time out at Laguna
Bro,
Seca.
like, I can't tell. When is this rain coming?
These racers, as a checkered flag is now out here in this
100% rain.
And, we'll get off into the race here.
How do you
in
know
just a
when this
couple of
race?
moments' time. We talked about PCA a little bit earlier on, but I do want to give some personal love to something that the PCA loves as well. That being water, which whenever you're doing a solo show,
there
is
it comes.
most certainly your best friend.
All right. We're going to go wet.
It's not going
The
to be
rain's
the
coming
best
down
friend
now.
of these racers, as the rain is now falling down. Before we get this race up and rolling, the drivers going to be lining up on the back straightaway to get this short pace lap underway. Got to worry about the track and tire temperatures here tonight as well. Going to be a tough one for these competitors all throughout. Speaking of those track conditions, you can see them right now. 89% on the humidity. Can't necessarily say that that's a shock considering that the rain is coming
Car
down.
number
Frankly,
30. All right, Patrick. Our target today is to finish around P16.
44 degrees Celsius as the ambient temperature, 26 C as the track
Estimated lap,
mostly cloudy,
16.
which is part of
See,
the
how do I
reason
make
why
that more?
ambient
Okay,
and track
rolling
temp
start.
are, so
maybe I can't. I don't know.
inseparable. Only 2
Stay
degrees
behind
C.
Messer.
I feel like
Left
there's
lane.
people that go
So,
really far into the race.
Really gonna have to see how these racers can cope with the challenge and cope with the difficulties that will
Race car speed is 50 miles per hour.
Tonight's broadcast on
Please catch up to
TV.
Messer.
If you're enjoying tonight's broadcast and the action that you're about to see, how about you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss out on any of the racing action, because we're gonna have a very frenetic evening of action about to get up and rolling here in just a few moments time. The drivers rolling on this formation lap. Gotta worry about that runoff down into turn number 1. That was a tricky spot for many a racer throughout this week, having to stomp on the brakes heading down into 1. I talked about it in the track guide when we looked at the pole lap from Ed Trippett.
Be ready.
It will certainly be a source of trouble for these racers.
Go, go, go.
Come on.
Up and rolling, but here we go, folks.
What's going on?
Round number 5 of this PCA Challenge Class season up and rolling here for Series 14. It's been a fun one. It's been a challenging one. Been technical for these racers, but this may be the toughest task yet. Waiting for that green flag to come out.
Clear left.
Down the pit lane and
Left
You
side.
guys are throwing their cars everywhere.
Clear left.
Green flags out. The drivers
come
are on
on,
their
bro.
way, and we're racing tonight here at Aragon. A clean run for everybody as they head their way down into turn
On
number
your
1.
left.
Keep an eye on Trippett.
Fuck.
A bit of a wiggle through the braking
Hold your
zone,
line.
but he's going to pull out to
These guys are making their way through.
Hold your line, clear left.
Negotiating the first
Need to
turn
figure this
clean.
out.
Let's see what
Start's
they can
okay.
do
Let's
throughout
get
the
stuck
rest
in.
I'm not trying to have any
On your
incidents
left.
though.
Side-by-side racing was going on
Hold
between
your line.
Thomas Doherty and Les Carmichael as
Still
they
there.
slip back into currently
Clear
running
left.
in third as Doherty has been able to
Left
jump
side.
into that
Clear
second
left.
spot here
Car
on
left.
9. Currently running in fourth as we
Clear
look at
left.
some side-by-side racing going on a little bit farther
On your
behind.
left.
Look, John Kaplan and Alex
Still there.
Lindbeck, he finds himself in the midst of a bit of a hornet's nest.
Hold your
if we're
line.
being honest. Got Leon
Clear
Steinman
left.
right
On your left.
behind, Lindbeck right in front, and a whole
Still there.
other host
Clear
of
left.
racers all around each other, side-by-side racing. I think going on a
Left
little bit
side.
farther behind,
Clear left.
involving Andy McCune and Patrick Augury. I believe there has been a swap-brew, another swap-brew, in fact, between those two drivers, completing your top 20 at the present moment. In fact, there they are, side-by-side, between the small little flat-out blast into turn number 8, right at turn 7, and keeping an eye on that number 13 car, the Lone Star Region Racer, trying to get off to as good of a start that he possibly can, and he takes that spot. Well done, as Lisa Askridge now having to worry about a battle between herself and Adam Holland. That's a battle for 21st as they head their way onto the back straightaway. Meanwhile, up in front, Ed Trippett has been able to jump out to a 1.3 second gap over Thomas Doherty, who's been able to jump
All
out
right.
to nearly 7/10 of a second gap himself.
Still there.
Between he and Les
Stay right.
Carmichael, Johan 9 running in fourth with Robert Galis completing our top 5 as they head their way down the back straightaway for the very first time. Looking at side-by-side racing going on here.
The guy in front is Stevenson, car number 160, C license, and their rating is 0.5.
Off through turn number 13 and 14, not able to get that move done in that.
Oh, Dave, what's up, Dave?
Not very fittingly in P7. Side-by-side racing gonna go on here. That's the battle for P2 between Les Carmichael and Thomas Doherty. Carmichael goes for the dive into 1, still stuck on the outside through 2, but I think he'll be able to get that move done in a commanding way. Doherty now gonna
Okay,
have to worry
Patrick,
about
the next
getting his
car
bearings
is
straight
Jones,
and
car
worry
number
about a possible challenge
330,
from
A
Johan
license,
9,
and their
who's
rating
there
is
looming in the
0.9.
background about a half a second behind Trippett. Can utilize that as a fantastic opportunity.
Gotta be careful not to take
continue
Dave out.
drive off farther into the distance. But as we continue to see these racers
Car
tackle the
left.
early stages,
It's raining now, seems to be increasing.
Clear
What's
left.
up with these
That's running wide a little bit farther behind. Robert Galis running into P5 at the moment, runs off into the asphalt
On your right.
runoff area. May have to worry about Anthony
Still there.
DiVincenzo and Andrew Hillman applying some pressure
Still there.
to the back of him. He's slotted in 5th at the moment in that
Hold your line.
89 car.
Clear
Can't
right.
afford to have more moments
Uh-oh.
like that. It
Sorry,
was a
Dave.
simple lockup, I'm sure. Heading down into turn number 7, just running a little bit wide as these track conditions, it must be said, seem to be getting a heck of a
What's
lot
funny
of
is Dave was giving me tips on how to get around this track 2 nights ago.
The standing water around this racetrack becoming more and more commonplace.
Good
As these
dude.
racers gonna try
Good
and
dude.
Battle the storm, battle the track conditions, and battle themselves in these very unideal conditions. Riding on board with Andrew Hillman in the number 6 car.
leader's just
as he
done
heads
it.
his way
Oh, he's gone.
151.78.
Cooked.
Looks like Anthony DiVincenzo thinks back over for a move on the outside of Robert Galis, heading down to turn number 14. This is a spot where you really just want to apply some pressure to your competitors and force them into a mistake instead of trying
Sean,
to get
it's
that spot
iRacing, bro.
yourself. When it comes to rain racing, I say
16th
this is
place.
somebody who endured racing
Oh,
in the
Dave.
very own karting days. You gotta play both sides. You gotta play
No.
the offense and the defense. You gotta go for the moves, really try and stake claim on battles, but you also gotta block hard as side-by-side racing gonna flare up with Anthony DiVincenzo trying to go for the move on Robert Galis. Side-by-side racing gonna go on between these two off through 1 and 2. Galis able to shake off the challenge from DiVincenzo like a bad case of the fleas. He still holds on to P5, but the battling will still be intense between these two between now and the very end. I am absolutely
It's all
sure
over you.
of it.
Keep your exit
DiVincenzo
speeds up,
still
stay
gonna try to
smooth.
apply the pressure to the back of that 809 car, and also keep their eyes peeled to Andrew Hillman. We saw
All right,
him try
Patrick,
to
we'll
apply
need
some
to pit
pressure
for fuel,
DiVincenzo
35
himself
minutes
earlier on.
into the race.
As much as that has cooled off considerably compared to what it was a few laps ago, still got to keep our eyes on that. Also keep an eye on James Legault, who's involved in that battle too. Meanwhile, the battling for second once again hot between Thomas Doherty and Les Carmichael. Now side-by-side racing off through 8 and 9. Contact made, and Doherty gonna go for a half spin. Carmichael bumps him back into a straight line blast, but now Doherty, who was briefly into second, gonna have to worry about feeling the pressure from Johan 9, who in all of that, I think he's had to check up quite a lot himself.
Yeah, so P15 in front is now 0.7.
Yo, this rain makes it very difficult.
As we get farther along in this race now, officially past 5 minutes in.
Can't see shit. Ah, I stopped way too early.
As we
Idiot.
continue to see the racing developing out there on the circuit, you can see the conditions developing too, and these racers, even though the track conditions are getting even more inhospitable, they're going for some gutsier moves. Galis and DiVincenzo side by side. Galis runs wide. That's going to yield that spot to DiVincenzo. He jumps his way up into P5. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Block and James Legault were side by side as they headed their way down the back straight into turn number 13 and 14. It looks like Jeffrey Block has been able to jump his way into that spot. Legault now holding on to P8, but he's not going to want to stay there for much longer. He goes for the dive, goes really deep into the turn.
Puddles are coming out.
Work out. He loses out in that spot to Jeffrey Block and gonna have to worry about Ben Whitehurst right behind Whitehurst. Meanwhile, as his own troubles with John Kaplan may trying to apply some pressure to him as he ran wide himself, heading down into the turn at number 1. Jumping back to the front of this train, though, Robert Galis and Andrew Hillman holding on to P6 and 7 at the current moment. Anthony DiVincenzo has utilized that opportunity after getting that boot on Galis to just drive off into the sunset. Galis really gonna feel the burn as we get a little bit farther along in this race. But just to touch on the evolution of the track conditions, I wonder, Hugo, if it is at all possible if we could pop up those track conditions screens so these viewers can see the evolution that is going on. Ambient temperature right about the same, still at 24C.
Okay, Patrick, the pit window is now open.
3C just in the first 7 minutes of this race already, as that was contact. Thank that into turn number 7, involving Adam Holland. He's involved in the battle for P18 at the current moment, as himself and Dave Jones currently duking out for that spot at Holland. And I believe that's a Rexy-inspired car with the teeth on the grill, taking a bite out of this competition with that contact.
I can't see
into
shit,
turn number
man.
7. And just to wrap up the point that I was raising there, the track conditions have really gone worse for the wear. You can see the puddles on the inside, turn number 10 and 11 for these racers.
This rain's really heavy now, it's getting harder. Take care.
These track conditions have gone from what was certainly wet, but a manageable level of dampness out there on the racetrack. Now it's getting to the corners of full-on floods.
I gotta make a move on OP.
You're reeling, Marcos. The gap is now 0.33.
Continues to evolve, and these racers will have to change their driving style throughout. As Jeffrey Block gonna try and go on the offense, tries to go for a move on Andrew Hillman into 1, but not gonna make it work. He backs out of it. One thing about turn number 1 that I saw last week here in the PCA is the various different lines that people can take off through there. Rather fascinating to note. On modern racetracks, you don't usually see opportunities for racers to take completely different lines from one another. This track, though, especially in the rain, I mean, you throw rain in the midst of any racetrack and you're going to see everybody get a bit more experimental. But around turn number 1, you can find many different optimal lines for yourself. It really just depends on your own driving style. So we'll certainly be seeing what these racers can do with the stuff they have at their hands between now and the very end. Meanwhile, front end stripping, talk about dominating this race at the moment. 6.7 seconds is a gap to himself and Les Carmichael. That is absolutely insane. The driver of that 444
Is Dave still behind me? No, where's Dave at?
on that car already, so I think he's willing to ride this race out for as long as he can, holding on to a fantastic lead at the current moment, and we'll look to try to hold on to it between now and the very end. So 51 minutes left to go in round number 5 of the PCA Challenge Class Series here at Aragon. The rain is coming down, and these competitors are going to be on their tippy toes. I can't even say walking around on eggshells. I think walking around a minefield is probably the best way that we can describe those.
Holland closing the gap. It's now 0.30.
Oh no, I stopped way too early. Wrong puddle.
Pulls out of the spray, pulls out of the drift, trying to apply some pressure to Hillman.
Damn it. I stopped way too early on that. I ruined my own run.
13, so
Oh,
keeps
dumb.
it going in a straight line, keeps it on the road, but very
Dumb.
easy to lock up a wheel and
That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I got confused on the braking marker.
That all the turns around this racetrack. Yeah, the heck of a lot of runoff area in this track.
Oh, shit.
Is one
The
that
rain's
has,
easing now. Looks like conditions are improving.
In the best term of the moment, as I will hold off on that one to side-by-side racing. Gonna go on with Jeffrey Block and Andrew Hillman. That's gonna be the battle for P7, but Block carrying a bit too much speed down into 1, so Hillman gonna be able to hold on to that 7th place position currently as a black flag for Les Carmichael from P2 in this race. That is a big development and a heartbreaking one for the driver of the 912 car. Gotta worry about those incident points here at this racetrack, but unfortunately
Gap to P15. Ahead is now 0.29.
That's such a shame. Not sure if that is down to incidents or whether or not that's a
No. Fuck.
All right. 3
God
right.
damn it.
Clear right.
I
Clear
locked
around.
up. Alright, I'll give it back, but god damn it, bro. Sorry about that, Keith.
If my memory serves me correctly, for FIM
Oh, good
certification, grade 1 FIM certification for motorcycles to race around here, part of the MotoGP calendar. If my memory serves me
They
correctly,
took 2 positions
is
off that.
stable motorcycle racing. That turn that you see is actually named after Mark Marquez. So you got a lot of runoff area, but having a lot of runoff area around a racetrack is basically
What a
looking at
knucklehead
having a
move.
spare parachute whenever you go skydiving. It's in an ideal world you won't have to use it.
Can't see shit, man.
We'll have to keep an eye on that as hearing from
shit.
Hugo doing an absolutely amazing job.
That's it. That's my race.
It's the first reflection holder.
I was trying to get out of the fuck.
Okay, Patrick. Just
No! Fuck!
The Indy Next qualifier series a little bit earlier on this evening.
I was trying to get out of that fucking spray.
That was a call from race control. That was a black flag being thrown Les Carmichael's way, and it was an incident with himself in the 59. So that was a contact as they
got out of track limits. Keep it between the lines.
Alright, I think the car's okay.
Car number 160. C license. Their rating is 0.5.
Meanwhile, a driver trying to get his bearings straight is Andrew Hillman, who went off the track and down into turn number 13 and 14. He's going to look to try and get a move done. It's side-by-side racing with himself and
That
James
sucks.
Go into 1. Will he be able to jump into this spot, jump his way back up into 7th, or will it go try and give him a bit of a headache? Let's see, as it looks like Hillman will be able to clear him as they head their way through the small.
The next car is Andrew. Car number 525. C license. And their rating is 0.9. 324.
Whitehurst, along with Leon Snyman, going to try and apply some pressure here as well.
We've got light rain here. It's clearing up.
I wonder if the rain will go away mid-race. And that's the play. Get on dries.
And as we are about 47.5 minutes away from the end, we'll take a look at a replay to see what caused the black flag to go the way of Les Carmichael, drifting off into the side of the number 59 of Thomas Doherty. That was as they headed their way out of the very slow 8 and 9 section, probably the slowest part of at least this configuration of the racetrack. Unfortunate to make that contact, but very easy to do so. Doherty got sent into a half spin. He's still running in second.
Killed myself.
As that penalty has really affected
fucking,
the way that Les Carmichael's race was rolling. Slide down at P13, and we'll have to come down pit lane again unless he decide to.
The gap to P23 ahead is now 0.48.
I believe it was a drive-through that he picked up in the midst of that. So the black flag could not be served if he came into the pits at the exact same time. So we'll have to keep an eye on him having to come down pit lane between now and the very end. As Andrew Hillman briefly had James Legault on the outside of him as they headed their way down the back straightaway into 13 and 14.
All I was trying to do was get out of this spray so I could see.
As they get their way off
Messed
into
up.
the braking zone. Legault holding on to 8th. John Kaplan currently slotted at 9th. Ben Whitehurst, Brad at your top 10 at the present moment. We'll also say breaking the 4th wall. Here's something I would like to do from time to time on these solo shows. I think getting one glass of water for
Nice pass. Nice one, Patrick.
may have been a terrible mistake. So if my voice gets out by the end of the show, I can rest easy knowing that I gave it my very best. Speaking of giving it your very best, Sean Kaplan gave it his very best with a move hang down to turn number 1. And
P23.
he's now jumped his way up in a P8 over James Legault, who showed some speed earlier on in that 027 machine. I think things have started to fall off for him. He once got move put on him by Jeffrey Block, who jumped his way up into 2nd. Now he's really
The rain's almost stopped. Just a bit of drizzle now.
To a spot inside the top 10 as you have to look
How
at
long
that
is it
going
stop
on right
for?
in front. The two drivers,
Car in front is Stevenson. Car number 116. C license. And their rating is 0.5.
As they get so close to contact, hang their way off into 7, now to another heavy braking zone of turn at number 8. Gets he down to first gear through this section as well. The only part of this racetrack, or even in the drive, where these competitors would have to do that. And one part of this racetrack that I personally have never really been able to get a full grip on, but very good reason why. Behind the microphone instead, behind the wheel, thousands out there on the racetrack for 15 minutes.
I'm catching up to some other guys.
Here in the commentary booth, meanwhile, I can hold on a solo show. My voice will not give out unless I have to scream at the top of my lungs for an hour straight. But these racers not giving me a single point to catch my breath as Anthony DiVincenzo, Thomas Doherty got duking out side by side into turn number 13 and 14, and holding on to that P2 spot will be Thomas Doherty, but Anthony DiVincenzo certainly gave the old college try.
The gap to Andrew behind is increasing. It's now 4.0.
Still use that opportunity to just drive off into the sunset more and more. 7 seconds is the gap as it continues to fluctuate. I will also say, just looking at the camera view that we've got right now, you know that torrential rain that we had not too long ago, folks? I think it's just about disappeared. I think the rain has just about vanished. I mean, it is still not dry out there on the racetrack. It's I think the best way I can describe it is if you shut off the hose that's feeding water into an Olympic-sized.
I wonder how long the rain's gonna stay away
You're
though.
not gonna say, oh look, the pool is completely bone dry as soon as that hose shuts off. No, this track is still soaked, but considering that the rain has stopped about 44 minutes away from the end of this race, in fact, it's probably stopped a little bit earlier on than that. that. So we may very well find ourselves in a situation where come time for the pit stop in the final 12 and a half minutes, these competitors may have to think about a potential tire swap, maybe going on to
Looks like it's stopped raining.
maybe deciding to get off of those wet tires. We'll just have to find out as James Legault, he's at a point of moment out there on the racetrack that I believe, unless I'm mistaken, is on the outside of turn number 5.
Circuit Aragon,
Braking zone in the mid-sector can be tricky as he has
that's what it's called, bro.
leading up to it. But unfortunately for him, he has stopped out there and doesn't look to get back up and rolling. I wonder if that is potentially a hardware failure for him as well. In the meantime, as we take a look at this replay to see what exactly happened to James Legault at trip, it still continues to eke at now 8.
All right, Patrick, you're reeling. Stevenson in. The gap's now 0.42. You've got half your fuel left.
Yeah, that is a massive hardware failure for him. I think in the midst of trying to get that car snapped back around the right direction, he ended up potentially unplugging
Hold
his
your line.
steering wheel. I've done that before as contact made.
Hold your line.
He's just going to race it. Thomas Doherty ran wide out against
Hold
the
your line.
final turn and was trying to get his bearing straight as he
Still
lost out on
there.
2
Clear
spots.
left.
But he's going to lose out on a lot more. Certainly Anthony DiVincenzo going to be furious with that moment. Contact being made as
Car ahead is Krause.
Right side. Clear right.
down at P6 and will potentially lose out on another spot as Andrew Hillman down the inside of
Is there contact there?
I
don't think so.
2 spots in 1 shot. The job of the 420 car is going so well in this race.
What's going on, the unknown guy?
Spot, but things go south very quickly in the rain.
B20.
It has gone south and really nothing that he can do in either situation. Very unfortunate for Thomas Doherty. And just to wrap up on that moment from James Legault, I have done that myself. If you ever see the sim rig setup that I personally have, it is a ragtag, ramshackle affair. So it can happen if you snap the wheel a bit too much. It'll just unplug everything. It's like actually 2 drivers running wide.
Okay, Patrick, the next car is P, car number 77, A license, and their rating is 1.5.
Turn number 14 onto that start finish straight away and just misjudged it. Contact made.
Good, bro. I'm good. How you been?
Thomas Doherty picks himself up a penalty as a result of that contact. We'll have to see what race control can do, but we are most certainly expecting race control
How you
to
been?
at least review that incident and give their 2 cents in the not too far off future.
Trying to see what's
DiVincenzo's
happening in
been
that
able to get
incident.
1 spot done though, and Andrew Hillman has slipped back in tow, so DiVincenzo now slotted in 7th as seeing the black flag down the air for Thomas Doherty, and I'm sure that is for the contact being made with himself and Anthony DiVincenzo. Good work
New
from race
fastest lap
control.
for
Somebody who's
block,
done race control
151.30.
is a
Doherty
Yeah,
is
he's
entering the
getting
pits.
himself
He's in
back in
P5. I think he'll be close in front of you when he exits.
Everybody's going to call you out. It's basically being like the producer
Dave
for a song.
is 17 seconds ahead of me.
Sort of deals where if the producer does something bad, everyone's got to point their finger at it and say, hey, look at this guy. He did something
appreciate
bad.
you, bro.
Take race
Appreciate you
control.
tuning in.
It's fantastic
Gap
work
to
as
Krause from behind is now 2.0.
Let's see.
Fantastic job working on the cameras and the graphics and the virtual production hauler, and also having his ear be bled by Mia talking on a non-stop basis for an hour and a half. Side by side racing with Anthony DiVincenzo and Andrew Hillman, still going to be intense through turn number 1 as Hillman holds onto the inside line as they head their way through
All
turn
right,
number
I gotta.
2.
I'm thinking I gotta hold off until I can get into maybe dries. If that rain's not coming back,
The number 59 car to once again
I need to learn how to figure that out.
A few moments ago, unfortunate turn of events for him. First had that moment with himself and Les Carmichael, and now he has his own moment in time out there on the racetrack. Unfortunate break for him, but he has a lot of time left to go here in this race before he can fully throw in the towel and say that he just needs to look ahead to the next round of the championship. But as we are past the first 20 minutes of this race into the second third, I want to once again thank Princess
I appreciate you, bro.
for being the 2025 PCA title sponsor. As the official cruise vacation partner of Series 14, they provide exclusive offers, including world-leading itineraries across a fleet of 17 elegant ships sailing to more than 300
You digging the tracks?
global destinations. Reach
That's
out
a
to
new
the
fastest
PCA
lap for
concierge
Edward,
team to book your next adventure today
151.08.
by calling 833-679-2188. We'd like to once again thank Princess Cruises for
Fastest lap
sponsoring
for
this
John,
series and
151.07.
sponsoring this amazing racing that we
151.
are seeing. You know, in tricky conditions like this, it can be very easy to make a small
Left a
little
little
mistake.
bit.
Just dip a wheel off into a pothole, and you're going to skid off the racetrack again.
Bro, I accidentally went up to that green and messed me up.
Very susceptible to aquaplaning, considering you're running about a half an inch jump off the ground. First time I ever ran in the rain was at the SCCA.
I need to get back in the race. These guys are at least 15.
I always love
I
racing
need to figure out how I'm going to make
but there is
15
no
seconds.
getting around the fact that running in the rain is incredibly challenging. So even though we have had an occasional tussle out there on the racetrack where drivers making contact, I want to commend all the racers in the PCA world for putting on some absolutely fantastic racing over the past 2 weeks here, as all of the series have made their appearance here at Aragon with some pretty heavy rain affecting all of the races throughout this as well. Going into split view, you can see Andrew
V21 behind is now 4.5 seconds.
At the current moment, as we also have on the bottom end of your screen, that's Lisa Eskridge leading a small little trade of cars with herself, Dave Jones and Ken Eskridge slotted back in tow. Gonna see what sort of battling we can have between these competitors between now and the very end as we get closer and closer to the halfway mark. And continuing on the discussion about track evolution, I wonder if we can once
You
again
too, bro.
highlight the
You have a good one.
conditions graphic.
Appreciate you stopping by, watching the stream, smashing that like button.
The track temperature has not really gone up. 21 degrees Celsius at the moment. That
There's
is
Dave.
You've got 10 minutes of fuel
See him
remaining.
on TV.
Especially for racing
On
circuits.
the-
However, as we've gone from mostly cloudy to pouring rain to partly cloudy, we are probably going to see that dip up a little bit between now
gotta
and
catch
the
up.
very end. Also want to raise the fact that this track may dry out rather quickly, considering those 24 to 25 kilometer an hour
Fastest lap for
winds.
John,
That may
151.00.
very well, it'll pretty much be putting this track in a giant commercial grade meat dehydrator between now and the end. Very odd saying, but I think you all get what I'm getting at there. This is going to be a very interesting decision whether or not these racers decide to say, you know what, I'm going to come in for dry tires between now and the very end, gamble for a driver who's maybe running a little bit farther behind, looking to bounce back. It could very well work. Say, for instance, Les Carmichael just jumped his way up to the top.
The driver in front of us is Messer, car number 56, A license. Their rating is 1.5.
As we jump back to this battle involving Lisa and Ken Eskridge, along with Dave
Chris,
Jones, nearly 3-1
what's up?
as they had their way into the final
D
turns.
block.
As the driver pulled off the racetrack, heading down the back straightaway. Not entirely sure who that was, just stopped on the side of the road. But either way, that is
look at Dave making a pass. Atta
Atta
boy.
Confidence. Hey, you can't park there. James Legault has rejoined the racetrack, but did go off and once again with a pretty severe lockup heading down into turn number 8. Oh, that's Vernon Messer. He was a driver off the circuit, hit the painted sides of this track, hit it, slid around, he hits the fence, and pulls off to the racetrack as
What's up,
quickly
Chris?
as he possibly can.
You doing any
So
racing
we had
tonight?
A sort of disaster breakout for him. Now, it was last week here on Race
Oh,
Live,
man.
the Club Plex broadcast, where
Ooh.
we saw some racers hit the painted.
All right,
green
Jack's
stuff.
making a
Actually,
pull on me,
I
huh?
think is the correct technical term, just fake grass. They decided to paint it green because it looks a little bit like grass and it looks better than just regular old gray asphalt.
That's a new
That
fastest
and the
lap
painted
for
white
Edward,
lines, if you hit paint in the
150.82.
rain,
Hell no,
it goes
man.
without saying that it's not going to grip up
Oh,
like
nice,
asphalt.
nice. What
So
are you doing,
it'll
that,
pretty much be like these
the
races
Mustang
land
challenge?
themselves on a giant slip and slide. So not a good position to be in if you hit any part of the paint around this racetrack, especially at terminal velocity heading down that back
Stevenson
straightaway.
is gaining on you. The gap is now 1.4 seconds. New fastest lap for Anthony, 150.58.
He's coming. He's coming. Yeah, I have yet to purchase that. It's the GT4 that you guys are running, right? I haven't even got a chance to get behind the wheel of that.
Now look at a dive from David Sautry as he heads his way into turn number 13 and 14. What a send from the driver of the 511 car, Adam Holland. I'm sure was not expecting down to 144, but he should have seen it coming. He left a lane open on the inside. And Sautry said, you know what? He probably took the Aaron Senna quote to heart. He took a quote that I got from a middle school counselor that said you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And ever since then, David Sautry used that opportunity to jump his way over
Jack's,
to the well. What a dive, what a move from
making
David
a move
Sautry.
on me, huh?
That right there is full commitment. We've seen so many racers lock up a wheel, just run wide, heading into that section of the racetrack, but no, he goes from hero to zero. He loses it coming out in turn number 3, impacts the wall. That front bumper now askew. He slips down to 14, right as we were talking about going for the move of a lifetime. The mistake ripping out his heart there. That is such a shame. That right there is a commentator Shinks said to David Santry, I do deeply apologize for what may have been the most heart-crushing commentator Shinks I've applied in quite some time. And when I say quite some time, I mean probably about 3 days.
David just crashed out.
The worst part of the wall too, right as the tire barrier started. That is a sledgehammer shot into the wall. So David Santry gonna be, I wouldn't say out of it. We still have about half of this race left to go, a little bit more than that, for that matter. But that is some huge damage on that car. Will have to come in to repair it. These drivers do have fast repairs a lot.
Oh, we do have fast repairs?
Not necessarily game set match, but it is very much close to it. As his
the gap to Stevenson behind is now 1.2 seconds. Fastest lap for Anthony, 150.45.
Carmichael in the meantime has been able to get moved on Ben Whitehurst, but Whitehurst once again moved on back on Carmichael. This battle for 9th. Really, these racers running in a pack all of their loads. So as you have to go about 3 seconds farther up the road to find Andrew Hillman, and have to go about 2 seconds back to find Alex Lidback. Actually, I say 2 seconds.
I wonder how long it takes for this.
Second and a half, as now it was Whitehurst losing out on boatload of time.
Sapo grape soda.
Okay, Patrick. 5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
So I can go around about 2 more laps.
But the spray is getting minimal, and I have a feeling that we very well may have.
Is the car rejoining?
I wouldn't necessarily say a fully dry track, but a heck of a lot drier than we have had throughout this race up to this point. So who knows? Maybe by the very end, that little pipe dream that we mentioned during the club.
Should I put on dries, y'all? Within 2 laps, or is that too early?
On the show for that, we talked about the dry tires maybe being a viable strategy call for these racers then, and may very well be a call for these racers here tonight. So we'll have to keep an eye as we get a little bit farther along, closer and closer to the halfway mark. Only 2 minutes and about 13 seconds away from that.
Yo, where's he coming
with
from?
Andrew Hillman running right in the toe of Leon Steinman.
The leader has just done a 150.68. P19.
Uh-oh.
So you can hear the big lift from him heading his way off through turn number 10.
You think so?
The thing about the back flat-out blast of this racetrack is it is straight for a while, but you have got to build up most of your speed heading off through the
this
turns.
guy wants to
if you can do that
slip
well,
on me.
you can be going and doubly so in the rain. Is Andrew Hillman going to get the run and maybe get P7 side by side with himself and Leon Steinman heading his way into turn number 13. Steinman going to fight back on the inside line, hits the curb, nearly runs into the side of the 6 car of Andrew Hillman. They kept it going in a straight line, well held from Leon Steinman behind the wheel.
Yeah, I probably got 1 more lap after this, and then it'll be a gamble if I do the old
P20 is getting closer. The gap's come down to 0.34.
Which is the most important thing of all. John Kaplan and Anthony DiVincenzo, meanwhile, have their own battle. This for 5th at Carmel between these 2 competitors. So we're going to see who can win out in this fight, as DiVincenzo looking to fight back after that contact was made a little bit earlier on with himself and the 59 of Thomas Doherty. He's running 6th at the current moment. Maybe a little bit of damage on that race car.
10 truckloads of sugar.
Yellow flag, watch out. Alright, Patrick. Very little fuel left in this lap. Box this lap. You've got 1 gallon left.
Is this powder puff?
Between now and the end of the season, the final 2 rounds to look forward to at Zolder and VIR. And of course, you'll be able to catch all of the action here on RaceSpot TV, as that's Lisa Eskridge around heading out of turn number 1. She spins into the pit lane exit. Gonna have to talk about
Half
that
distance.
for a future, but Eskridge gonna get that car spun back around in the right direction. Unfortunate moment for her, as she was still in that battle at the time with Ken Eskridge, and I believe that was Vernon Messer right behind and involved in all of that. Unfortunately, spinning out of that spot, gets it back around in the right direction, but a slide of P18 at the current moment, as we switch our attention away from that and switch it to this battle with Robert Gallus and John Kaplan. Kaplan in the toe and in the spray of Gallus, but not close enough.
You're reeling, Lisa, in. The gap is 0.6.
Another piece to the puzzle, as there's
What's going on? She's stopping a lot.
P3 runner of Jeffrey Block, Robert Gallus, currently a second behind that racer. So gonna have to keep our eyes on this battle, see whether or not this 1 and 3 is going to turn into a full
Right side
battle in the not too far future.
Hold your line.
I would certainly, I mean, if I were a betting man, I
Still there.
would be homeless. But if I had to place
Hold your line.
money on all of that, I would
Hold your line. Clear right.
We're running on fumes, mate. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. Box this lap. Half a gallon remaining. But great move. Keep it up.
Alright, where's the fucking pit lane? Oh, it's right here.
Down at P13 now as a result of that move from Doherty.
Right side, clear right.
Okay, wait, Nicole, this is 809. I just got
Watch your
five
speed.
points by a
Lane
gold
speed
car.
limit is
Can I put dries on, y'all?
miles per hour.
In the run up to the end as John Kaplan and Robert Gale
Is it a gamble?
Gales
I'm gonna put dries.
Box now.
his way through 7. Gonna lose that on that P4 spot to Kaplan. Maybe
I'm
he'll
putting
lose out
dries.
some even more time as well.
I don't
Not sure
know.
what the deal was for
Right
him.
front,
May have been a
87%.
spin
That's
That's
right
probably not
front,
gonna work out, is it?
moments
No, no, no,
into
no, no.
7 and 8. I talked about some of the curved braking zones, notably turn number 5, but turn number 7 and
Applies the
braking
next
zone
pit
leading up to
stop.
it has
Oh.
even more of a pronounced curve and also has a lot of standing water in there too. So I think that may have been what caught out Robert Gales as he lost out on a whole lot of time.
It's still
But
wet
let's
out
take a
there.
look at
I
it
think
here
I
as we
fucked
follow
up.
Anthony DiVincenzo. Contact made. And that's going to send Gales into a half
It's too early, huh?
spin.
I think I messed
Close to
up.
a third of the spin, but no matter how you slice the contact made, so there very well may be a penalty heading the way of Anthony DiVincenzo for that
Let's see if it
contact,
pays off.
carrying a boatload of speed into turn 7 and going to lose out on that as Thomas Doherty, he's off the circuit in the 59 machine. I believe that was on the outside of turn number 9, unless I am mistaken. So not sure what the deal is there. Maybe another hardware failure. Saw that a little bit earlier on here in this race. So maybe
traffic
a case
behind.
of
Watch your
deja
mirrors.
vu, as we're
Blue
now
flag.
27 and a half minutes
On
away
your right.
from the fall of the
Clear
shot
right.
flag in round number 5 of the
I
PCA.
see. Man, they're still
Sim
throwing up a
Racing
lot of
Series
shit.
here for the challenge class. If you are enjoying the action,
I'm gonna have to go
hit that
slow.
subscribe button and the notification bell so don't miss out on
Yeah,
any
it was
of
a bad call,
As
but-
that right there was the first bump from Doherty. Ran wide, lost it, heading into turn number 7, goes for a quick trip into the gravel trap. And just looks like
Oh, I still have wets on.
side of the road potentially here decides to
Okay,
call it a day.
so I'm okay.
Already had that penalty a little bit earlier on. Maybe,
All right.
maybe some sort of hardware failure involving his monitor or VR headset, whatever it may be from Doherty. That could very well have.
I thought I had dries,
forced him
bro.
To pull over to the side of the road. That could very well be.
I'm glad it didn't let me.
actually caused him to leave the racetrack in the first place. So we'll have to keep our eyes to see whether or not he rejoins the racetrack. Unfortunate way for his race because he was running in a very good spot. It's like second a little bit earlier on here as we look at Anthony DiVincenzo trying to get the move on Robert Gales. Those two came to blows. They swapped spots and DiVincenzo then slotted in P5, but I would still
Damn, that sucks.
potential
I think I spent a lot of time in that pit lane, fucking around with tires.
I'm a little bit. If there's anybody that I'm a little bit worried about, it's Robert Gale. It's just based off what we've seen thus far in this race. Was Les Carmichael having contact with 59 of Thomas Doherty? The 912 of Les Carmichael picked up the penalty, and then the 59
gap behind
had
is now
contact with the
3.5
420
seconds.
car, and then the 59 got a penalty. Now the 420 has made contact with the 809 of Robert Gales, and we'll have to see whether or not the 420 of Anthony DiVincenzo will pick up a penalty as a result. I wonder if it's sort of like the cheese touch going on here of one driver picking up a penalty after crashing into another. Not too sure what the deal is, and you can definitely tell I'm a bit on the younger end since I brought out the Diary of a Would-Be Kid reference. That's
Okay, Patrick, keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. P22.
Anthony Hillman, Andrew Hillman, my apologies, and Leon Snyman got duke it out for P7. These competitors have been close to each other for quite some time, but they are going to have company soon as Les Carmichael and Ben Whitehurst are reeling in these races. Carmichael at the very least is Whitehurst. Well,
Do I have
far
enough
behind.
fuel to
I believe
finish the
that's
race? I
actually
should,
the
right?
car that's right around Carmichael. The car
Oh, yeah.
was
I should.
shifting
I think
my
I hit it.
perspective on that somewhat. I believe that's Chris
I hope so.
Schussler slotted in 20th, the number
Been a really big
61 car
mistake.
that's running right around that racer as it may turn into a 3-car battle here soon, side by side with Lidbeck and Holland. It's a heavyweight to turn number 5 and no, I got that wrong. I knew it said 5 and 4. It's 4 and 5. We're not running this racetrack backwards, although that would be very intriguing. Holland with a bit of a wiggle heading out of 5. Gonna have to try and get the power down and hope to get the spot back to jump his way back up into the top 10. Goes for the dive into 7, close to contact. And they are running by themselves for now. Emphasis on for now. So you got some lap traffic. Maybe gonna apply some pressure to these racers too. But
Like, how do I get to do a late pit stop? I don't understand how to do that. So aggravating to figure out these fuel settings.
Car right. Clear right.
24 minutes
flag.
away
New
from
fastest
the
lap
end
for
of
Anthony,
this race. Ed Trippett holds on to a 12.5-second gap over Johan 9 with Jeffrey Block completing her podium. A little bit spread out throughout this field with the top 14 covered by nearly a full minute. We're expecting some challenges here on this racetrack with these challenging conditions. We've most certainly got it. And speaking of some battling and some tough stuff here, that's Patrick Aubrey trying to get a move done. I believe
Okay,
that was,
Patrick, the next car is Doherty, car number 59.
Lap there. I believe that was Legault, if my memory serves me correctly. So that was not a swaparoo of spots, but that was a swaparoo for track position. And the 13 was able to jump in front of the 11, and now has an unobstructed view of the 144 car of Adam Holland right behind these drivers. Currently about 41 seconds back of your race leader of Ed Trippett as
Andrew
he
behind is increasing. It's now
It
9.3.
is a power move to say, you know what, I'm leading this race by a lot. Let's try and extend that gap even more. Side-by-side racing going to go on a little bit further behind. Jack Stevenson battling with Lisa Eskridge. That's the battle for 17.
Car left. Clear
Stevenson,
left.
the Chicago region driver, not going to be able to get that spot. As a black flag in the air for Anthony DiVincenzo. I can imagine this was for the contact between himself and Robert Galis, and that cheese touch sort of theory that I brought up earlier on may be fully at foot here, as DiVincenzo going to have to come in to serve that black flag.
Bro, I can't just pull over and serve all these damn blue flags.
If there's a good time to pick up a black flag, I would say this is probably it, as you have a good idea as to how things are going to go between now and the very end.
On your left.
I gotta get past this guy.
Hold your line.
It's not where I want to be.
Still there.
I don't like being on the outside over here.
Hold your line. Clear left.
No man's land will probably come in to serve that penalty, as we are now about 10 minutes away as well from the start of the pit cycle. And with that, I do have to bring up this discussion once again, kind of talking about the opportunity that these racers may have to throw caution to the wind.
You're really Doherty.
Right side.
On dry tires. We saw that briefly.
Still there.
With Anthony DiVincenzo
Clear right.
heading his way down the
21st.
and you can see it from this outboard shot following Les Carmichael as well. There is a noticeable dry line adding down that start-finish straightaway. As much as this track was soaked with rain at
That's a
one
new
point,
fastest
we had
lap for
rain
E,
really coming
150.01.
We've got a lot of cars out there on the racetrack, more than 20.
Doherty is now on wet.
The start in this race, as much as some have dropped out, a vast majority of them are still there on the circuit. Couple that with the sun blaring.
How do I know
down on
who's
this
been on
racetrack,
a
and the
pit stop or not?
slowly but surely evaporating that rain, and rather high winds as well has certainly played a factor.
I went too
in all
wide.
this side-by-side
You got it.
racing
That's
going
him.
on with Jack Stevenson and Lisa Eskridge as they duke it out.
Let him go.
On your right.
He needs to
Clear
go
right.
though. I'm trying to let him
Jack Stevenson
let him
holding
have
on
it.
to that spot at least for now. 21 minutes left to go on the clock. And before we once again talk about PCA's title sponsor here in 2025, that being Princess Cruises.
I don't think I'm gonna make a move on him right here because
person that is
he's
just helping me
bad.
out on this show outside of our producer who's doing a fantastic job is my father, who just brought up a second glass of water for me here in the broadcast booth. So thank you, Dad. That was a greatly appreciated offering there. That was most certainly needed.
That sucks, man. These
Left in a glass of water that I brought up here at the very start. Yeah, we got enough
New
water
fastest
here on
lap
the
for
racetrack. I had to
Amphilia.
steal a little bit
Car right.
from the broadcast booth to pour a little bit of it.
Hold your line.
Turn number 6.
Clear right.
Anthony is sitting on position 5. He should come out just in front of you. 20 minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes left.
Third for now, but Jeffrey Block going to try to apply that pressure as we get farther along and closer to the end.
Okay, Patrick, there's a car exit in the pits. Heads up.
To serve that black flag, but now as we approach the final 20 minutes of this race, once
P20.
again, we would like to thank Princess Cruises for being the 2025 PCA title sponsor. As the official
Damn, he
cruising
did come out right in front of me.
Series 14, they provide
alright.
exclusive offers
He was way
Fastest
ahead.
lap for Key, 148.60.
Saving.
Sailing to more than
Consider.
330 global destinations. Reach out to the PCA concierge team to book your next adventure by calling 833-679-2188. We'd like to thank Princess Cruises for making these broadcasts possible, making this action possible, because even though Ed Trippett is driving off into the sunset, frankly, he could come into the pits, probably have a chicken sandwich, Days of Thunder style. He could still exit out from the pit lane with the race lead.
Ed Trippett's killing everybody or what?
In the race. pace, and for a driver who grabbed his first pole position earlier on, he's going to look to try and do what Todd Goldberg did in the last round of the championship at Laguna Seca, who became the first racer here in this
just done
PCA
149,
class here in
108.
Series 14.
This is his turn to get a little run on me.
Trippin on track to do that right now as he holds on to the race lead by 17.7 seconds. Just in this little jib jab of mine, that gap continues to fluctuate.
I don't see any water.
It's going to be running different lines. The time is going to go. Then wash
spraying
away,
up anymore.
then wash
It's
away.
still
Like the
water
tides
spraying
of
up.
the ocean. You can just throw
Gap
that
2,
right back
10th
in
position.
concept.
Behind is now 0.6, one lap ahead.
I need people to start hitting that pits, man.
It's getting less slick. It's getting a bit grippier. That dry line is starting to form. And I'm wondering if there are any racers that are deciding to run on dries, as that was contact into the wall for Keith Markison in the 079 car. The Sierra
James is reeling you in. The gap's now 9.8 seconds.
Not living here in a dry racetrack as he smacks the wall, heading his way onto the back straightaway. That car is going to be crabbing his way through turn number 11. That's a heartbreaking moment. He was running pretty strongly in this race, but it shows you how quickly things can change. Loses it, hits the wall, and there's his damage. Done immediately. Thankfully, though, of all the tracks, of all the parts of the racetrack to smack the wall, I think on the back end of the circuit is probably slightly preferable as you have a somewhat shorter run down into pit lane, but even still, that's got to be a pretty big kick in the shins for him. Anthony DiVincenzo is now down in pit lane once again, came and served that penalty a little bit earlier on, and
New
he
fastest
is
lap
back
for
down
Doherty,
in pit lane.
147.80.
One and only scheduled stop. Jax, he is going to go, so I think he's deciding to throw caution to the wind and maybe put some dry tires on this car.
No, he's not gonna put dries, is he?
Deciding it all. Number one, actually, I will mention a third. Number one, you've got the track that is slowly but surely drying out there on the racetrack. Number two,
we have rain coming though.
If you decide to stay on wet tires, you lose out on a boatload of tire temperature trundling your way down pit lane. But number three, one thing that may be good in the camp of racers who decide to stay on wets is the pit exit. Not the pit entry. The pit entry, of course, you have to worry about that on wets because everybody started this race on wets, so you can't necessarily do it on dries if you haven't put dries on your car.
Gap 2,
that seems like a
behind is now 0.6, one lap ahead.
On wets, and they come into the pits for the first time on dry tires, and something doesn't really add up there. That's glitch in the matrix, whatever it may be. But the pit exit on the slick tires,
a little wide.
There's such razor thin margins as you head your way out of pit lane here at Aragon. Stay on your toes.
I thought they gave me a flag
you don't pick up any sort of pit lane infraction
for not letting them
bring it home without picking up any more penalties. As now we've got a battle. That's Andrew Hillman going down for the dive on Robert Gales. He gets it done. Nope, he doesn't. He did get it done briefly. He was ahead the apex, which is what F1 would worry about, but now ran wide, went off the circuit. He now drops down to P6 in that number 6 car as Gales once again gets past as he ran off the circuit.
I'm probably gonna get a penalty anyway just because I have a blue flag on this guy, and they're gonna say that I should have let him pass, but I've already let him pass, and I passed him up already.
Anthony DiVincenzo behind the wheel of the 420 car. This is going to be,
and I don't think he's pit yet, so if he pits, it's going to change the whole way this race looks.
For sure. That is the one way that we can describe it, with 15 and a half minutes left to go here in round number 5 of the PCA Challenge Series.
Okay, Patrick, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
Man. Alright, let's see if this guy's gonna make a move on me.
You know, water may not be the best friend of these drivers out there on circuit, but certainly my best friend in this broadcast booth.
Left side.
That is my appreciation
Hold your line.
of the evening, and nothing so considering
Still there.
And right as we were playing the intro video, in fact,
Still there.
Broadcast, I'm wrong, kind of breaking the fourth wall as we
Hold your line. Clear left.
Here, some drivers probably making the call to come down pit lane. Most likely in the next 5 minutes, we'll see everybody else make that decision at last. But let's break the fourth wall, kind of get my little behind the scenes perspective before.
I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for racing this guy or not.
Before my mic went live as we were playing the wonderful PCA intro video, I had to run and
is he only in 8th position because he hasn't pitted yet? Because if so, I don't feel like I'm supposed to be pulling over, you know what I mean?
My microphone doesn't pick up a
I
lot.
don't
It picks
know.
up my voice quite well, check 1, 2, but it usually doesn't pick up a whole lot of background noise, but I figured I'd play it safe. So I'm definitely running a little bit hot here in the broadcast booth. Certainly not as hot as some of these racers' tires may be if they really have to worry about overheating. We get to the point with a drying track where these competitors do have to worry about those tires.
Fastest lap for Doherty, 147.28.
Just being left around the racetrack. I have had the opportunity to do both of the extremes. I have
That's a
driven
new
a
fastest
kart
lap for
on rain
Anthony,
tires in the dry,
146.33.
driven a kart on dry tires in the rain. And maybe I'm just a very sick man, which based off the fact that I've been running my mouth for about an hour straight now, I am most certainly sick in the head. But I always preferred running it dry tires in the rain instead of running rain tires in the dry. Because as much as those rain tires, it's a whole lot of grip. They're actually a little bit stickier than the dry tires themselves. They're sticky. You can get a lot of grip out of them. The thing is, though, you get to the point where you have to worry about the tires developing too much grip and burning themselves up.
Oh, ahead,
You
Jeffrey.
get to the point sooner rather than later where the tires are screaming pain, and you're gonna soon be screaming in pain yourself when you go off the track after trying to turn
Giles,
the back end.
blue flag.
Want to cooperate the front end.
Fuck.
Want to
This guy's got
cooperate
pace or
it,
what?
Just slide off the racetrack as if you're a
Did he let
couch
through?
coaster
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
sliding down a carpeted flight of stairs. That does not seem like a very fun ride, at least to me. Albeit I was not. I don't know. Maybe if you ask Steve, he'd probably be a fan of that. But me personally, I like to live my life in the cruising
Jeff, you can
lanes.
pass on
Left
the left.
side. Clear left.
No, Adam's gonna get through too. Let me let Adam through.
In the 809 machine, he comes in from 5th, so we will see what his strategy calls.
Now I gotta go back and hunt.
We'll join him down in pit lane as well. Waiting for the likes of Ed Tripp, Johan Nye, Andrew Hillman, and others to make that call to come down pit lane. Les Carmichael, meanwhile.
James is getting closer. The gap is now 6.2 seconds.
He used him as a Trojan horse. He let him go so then he could get through.
144.21.
Because Adam couldn't get past him. Bro, fuck these blue flags.
If he hasn't already done that.
Oh, I think it's dry now.
The leader, Edward, is pitting.
It's been a pretty
See, these guys are pitting so late. I need to learn how to like set up the fuel tank so I could do the late pit stop too.
In the podium, if you don't have a lot of speed. So, props to most certainly do to Les Carmichael as he's still going to try and tackle the end of this race as best and efficiently as he can. Getting some word as well.
20th place.
Gotta figure out, this guy stops really early. Adam, I gotta make sure that he doesn't stop right in front of me.
Now coming down in pit lane, some drivers have decided to take dries. Anthony DiVincenzo, we saw him up on the jacks. He's gone on to dry tires. Robert Gallus has come on to dry tires. Dave Jones,
Carmichael is pitting from P.
How many more minutes we got? 10 minutes?
A little way behind you.
It's more between the spots of P14 down to P14.
Car leaving the pit lane.
No matter how you slice it, we do have some racers who have made that call. Actually, I'm going to amend my previous statement. Not everybody has fully decided to change compounds. Those were everybody that I raised there. So I was thinking there may have been more. A little bit surprised that there haven't been more. In fact, but we may have some more soon. I believe Ed Tribbett has decided to stay out there on the wet. It's pretty much a comfort decision. Do you want to go for all out glory and try and risk it for the biscuit or the trisket if you are feeling the low calorie option?
The guy in front is
on your right. Clear right.
But whether you want to risk it and try and go for the win,
fastest lap for Anthony, 142.73. 10 minutes remaining, 10 minutes. Don't think about the lap times, just hit each and every apex.
Here this season and a comfortable win at that. He did have to risk
Go
it.
ahead to the right,
Even
Ken.
if the dry tires are
right.
better than the wets, he can afford to lose
Stay right.
about 1.3 seconds between now and the very end, and he'll still be able to hold on to that spot. So it is. Ed Tribbett don't really have any means to try and risk it. And DiVincenzo, meanwhile, had that black flag. He decided to go for it, and I gotta say, I respect that call.
The leader, John, is pitting.
Alright, so people are starting to pit, and I'm starting to actually see, I guess, where I'll advance, because
non-existent for me. I have one monitor that I commentate these on. So
I hope
pretty
that
much
this
just
guy
bouncing
doesn't
out,
break
trying to
early
tell
either.
So many different things at once on my screen.
Edward, car number 444 is leading the race.
Wow.
Hillman is pitting from the
Left side, clear left.
Ask a circus plan how he can juggle chainsaws.
Yeah, that was
there
crazy,
actively
bro. He
running.
stopped way
Yamaha
early back
has
there.
come
What the
down
hell was
pit
that?
lane in the 141
Bro, I
machine.
can't be
so
letting
he
past me
will
if you're gonna be
give the
doing that.
race lead back to Ed Trippett. Rather surprised, and not
Oh,
necessarily
sorry.
surprising, but
Right side.
for lack of a better term, that Ed
Yeah,
Trippett
it's right.
was able
Hold
to
your
come
line.
to pit lane and
Clear right.
drop down
P19.
only to second.
Hillman
That
is now on
absurd.
primaries.
Andrew Hillman, meanwhile, picks up a black flag, and unless that was supremely odd timing from race control, I believe that is a pit lane infraction, so that's going to take him out of contention. He has had a wild race in that number 6 car, so sadly for him, things will go down to naught as he'll have to be in pit lane for quite some time. Up on the jacks, put some dry tires, but he could put a rocket engine in that race car. He was so running into some trouble to try and
Alright,
make it
so
to
Jack
the very end and stay up there.
trying to get at me.
Sweet. I think that may have been in pit lane speeding. This pit entry is rather odd in the sense that you have so many different lanes, and that pit lane speed limit line does come out of nowhere. In my first few times running around this racetrack, in fact, I was called out by that myself. But it hasn't been the first time that we had some odd sort of limitations in terms of when the pit lane speed limit starts. You got a line there. There's where it actually starts, and then there's the start-finish line. You can see him gas up the throttle a little bit. I think all that just got bopped for speeding. That's going to take him out of contention. That's a real shame. Was putting on a pretty compelling
I left
race.
the gate open
just
for him.
there's selfish things to say from my perspective here on the commentary booth.
20th place. It's closing you down. The gap has come down to 0.47.
Unfortunately, we probably won't talk about him between now and the very end, considering he has picked up that penalty and has dropped down through
Yeah, he's got more speed
Car
and
right.
fucked
the
up.
helicopter.
Hold your line. Clear right. Right side. Clear right.
Come on, Patrick. Keep pushing.
Thanks,
You might get
Andrew.
it back.
Damn, he did that.
I was going to make a joke saying that the water that I have here in the commentary booth is actually condensation from
20.
the racetrack, but that sounds a little bit yucky.
Yellow flag.
This is pretty tasty, though. We got a battle going on with Les Carmichael and Anthony DiVincenzo. This is a battle for 7th. DiVincenzo going to hold on to the inside line as they head their way onto the back straightaway, heading through turn number 12. And it looks like Carmichael got to slip back in tow, trying to utilize that track to
This is
maybe
the fastest lap for Anthony, 142.52.
Not close enough as Adam Holland has come down pit lane right in front of them. Still waiting for some more racers to come into the pit, so we are not out of the woodwork just yet. However, we have a pretty good idea
How
as
have
to who's
people
going to
not
win this
pitted
race with
yet?
Ed Trippett holding on to a 15
That shit's
and
wild.
a half second gap.
I need to figure out how to
That
do
is-
this.
That is astonishing. That is truly a fantastic run from him. One last update, though, on the track
What's that?
conditions. If we can pop up that wonderful graphic that we have here on Race Spot for that. Thank you very much. And look at the evolution of track attempts. It started off at, I believe it was around 23C, if my
Ooh,
memory serves
let's
me
see how this
correctly,
goes.
which it's my
They're gonna
memory.
take each other
I can't
out.
even remember what I had for dinner tonight, which is saying something because I just got done doing the
Damn.
washing up right before I went to do this broadcast. We started off at about 23C.
Ken
Ran to
is in
21C,
fourth,
and
wow.
28 degrees
But Ken
Celsius
breaks very
for
early.
The track temperature, so that's a big
So we're
swing.
about to see
These
what
racers
happens
have been
here.
on their toes throughout, as something's going on with Les
Ken
Carmichael.
breaks
He's
early,
going off the
Jack
start. That is
breaks
coming out
late.
of turn number 5.
We're gonna see how this plays out.
Maybe contact. We'll take a look at the replay. He's all by himself, loses it, hits the fence. That is a heartbreaking mistake from Carmichael on what has been a pretty topsy-turvy evening for him up to this point, and things going to continue in that direction as he's not going to have to worry about the challenging from Leon Snyman in that 993 machine. This is a battle for 7 between these racers, well farther back from is at 1 foe of Anthony DiVincenzo. I wonder if it is possible as well.
Okay, Patrick, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
Oh, he's going for a move.
So we can see kind of differential with everybody.
New fastest lap for Anthony, 142.50.
That could certainly explain it. However, I think the reason why Les Carmichael is maybe starting to struggle out there, I think we're at the point where the wet tires are feeling the burn. They're feeling the pain right now.
Yeah.
I think it really is the best way to describe it. You look
Yeah,
at the lap
feel
time
free to
from
pass
Anthony
me. I gotta feel
DiVincenzo,
fit.
and you look at the times from Jeffrey Block running a little bit farther in front. Block gets come down pit lane, but he is running on those wet tires, and you can see it just. I mean, that is. I can't even say that is a margin or a chunk
Oh.
getting taken out. That is a unit getting taken out. Lap after lap, that gap continues to careen down. So Anthony DiVincenzo
Hey,
The gap
doing
to
everything he
Stevenson
needs to
ahead is
in those
increasing.
dry
It's
times.
now
I think
1.1.
if I were out there on the racetrack, I would have gone for the dries, but I'm usually the first person that says, hey, the track is somewhat dry. There's a small little patch out there on the circuit that is not incredibly soaked. Let's put some dry tires on there. That's got to be a heck of a lot of fun. But I think that's a good call. DiVincenzo
Jack, I'm gonna let
is
this go.
really lapping quickly. He's reeling in Jeffrey Block.
Thanks,
He's
Ben.
probably going to reel in Ken Eskridge between now and the end if he can play his cards right. By the way, slice to DiVincenzo with that call to go on to those dry tires has worked out fantastically for him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that's Snyman and Galis. They're involved in the
Thanks,
battle
Chris.
themselves. And Les Carmichael as Galis going to be off into the painted stuff, heading his way down to turn number 8 and 9. Not going to get that spot from Carmichael, but does get it done on Snyman.
Thanks.
Fastest lap for Anthony, 1:41.86.
3.5 minutes left
Thank
on
you.
the clock here for round number 5 of the PCA Challenge class here in Series 14.
The gap to James
of the
behind is
Porsche
now
Club of America
1.7.
Sim Racing Series. And to all of you tuning into this broadcast, we hope you're enjoying the action. We hope you're enjoying this battle that we got on screen right now between Gales and
flag.
Carmichael.
Come on,
It's
bro.
really been tense in the rain. It's
These
still
blue
tense
flags.
in the dry, but that right there is Gales blowing the doors off Les Carmichael as they head their way down into turn number 13 and 14. Oh, as I wasn't expecting that at all. Leon Snyman going to fight back with Carmichael, trying to get a little bit of overlap as they head their way into the final corner. As we have some 3-wide action nearly pumping Alex Slidback. He's going to jump out of that and say, you know what? I'm good. I know
I'm gonna lift, Anthony.
Hillman
Go to the
goes
left.
for the dive on Jones. That's not going to work. Goes off
Sorry
the
about
track
that.
in a wild
Left side.
fashion.
Come on, bro.
As he
All
threads
right.
the
Left.
deal with a sideways, slideways moment from David Sauntry. And that right there, trying to get involved in all that as well, was the 11.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Still going to duke it out. Contact being
Ooh.
made. And
Dude,
down
I'm
to
a-
turn number 1. And going to go
Fuck this
straight
shit up.
on. Nearly is Sauntry. Alex Slipback holding on to P16 for now. Keyword being for now. Slipback is really getting frenetic out there on circuit. Lisa Eskridge has come into the pits. 5.1 seconds stopped in the
Bro.
pit stop for her. So
All right, I need to learn how to do
splashing
these
dash
pit
to
stops.
make it to
Lisa's
the very
barely
end,
pulling into
as
the
we only
spits.
have a minute and 45 seconds left on the clock for this race. And
Fucking
tripping.
bullshit,
That gap
bro.
has gone down considerably. It's 12.6 seconds, but 12.6 seconds.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to do
rather
that.
comfortable as we only have a minute and a half left to go on the clock. Tripping. Probably going to be seeing.
How are you
flag.
going into the pits this late? It's
Just
crazy.
saw this time by, or we'll be seeing it next time by. I believe it will be next time by for a trip it just based off numbers and positioning and all of that jazz. Ken Eskridge now coming into the pit lane himself as we look at Dave Jones, the Pied Piper of this trio of cars, as Andrew Hillman and Ben Whitehurst
Pied Piper.
going to battle for lucky number
Sure, reminds me of R.
B13
Kelly.
right around each other. Hillman got that moved on to Whitehurst, is now going to try and risk it on Davey Jones. Dave Jones, my apologies, side by side
Dave
as they head
Jones.
their way down into turn number 13 and 14.
How's
Once we
Dave
get this
doing?
move done, you can give it a
What
Hillman.
do you think?
Hillman's been a wild racer
Dave
to follow
13?
up to this point. He's had some off-track moments for sure. It's very challenging, the conditions here at Aragon, but he has been able to keep it on the road more often than not. It's also given us a lot of action to keep our eyes focused on. I know from my perspective as commentator, I always love to see it. I feel like even though I have done a lot less
V20,
work
that's
than,
5 minutes of fuel
probably
left.
done in the past month, Hugo, though from my perspective, doing the light production work that I have, that is
Should be
also
a final
good to
lap,
see a
huh?
driver that is always going to bring the attention, bring the thunder, and bring the excitement here at Aragon. That's Adam Holland going for a move on Vernon Messer side by side between those competitors. If you remember a little bit earlier on in this race, Messer had a moment heading his way down the back straightaway, impacted the wall, has gotten that damage repaired, has currently holding on to P11. Trying
I'm
to
surviving,
fight
bro,
to
but
try and jump
I need to
his
learn
way
these
back.
pit stops up.
A very good
Because I
spot
pitted so
to be in.
early,
Considering
it
that Jeremy found
it
himself
throws
in
my
earlier.
race
Holland,
off
meanwhile,
because
trying to get a spot on Leon Snyman and threw it to he is going
I
to
lost
get
so many
meanwhile, up the
positions
front
and
has begun the final lap of this race here
what
at
else happened?
Aragon heading his way to turn number 5 for the final time.
Oh, I have to serve a lot of blue flags because it puts me like so far behind. So I need to figure out how to like put max fuel or whatever is allowed, so then I can
No problem.
I don't know, just stay out of the track longer. I don't really know how to do all that though. It's above my pay grade.
How big 12 seconds of a gap is. I can't even do it. I was going to just remain silent so you can really get a vision as to how long 12 seconds is at in a race like this. But Adam Holland not giving us a single point to even catch our breath as he is really duking it out in this battle with Steinman right behind, Les Carmichael run in front, and Vernon Messer going to try and apply some pressure to Leon Steinman to try and grab the win these races. About a minute behind your
That's
race
where I
leader.
should have been. About right there with those
About
guys.
20 seconds back is ending.
Yeah, I survived.
On a tour.
Trash results though, bro. P20,
8.2 seconds.
nothing to be proud of. I had a mistake. I went off. I went off the course. I hit the paint.
Drive here at Aragon, weaving his way on the start-finish straightaway, converts a pole to the win. The second driver in a row to do that here in the PCA Challenge class. He wins it tonight here at Aragon. Johan Nye going to come home in P2. Anthony DiVincenzo will finish in third.
I'm only 19 off, y'all.
Going to give it his all.
P20, that's it. We're done. Bad luck, Patrick.
P3 at the very end. What a fight back. What a comeback from the driver of the 420 of Anthony DiVincenzo. Incredible stuff, and you can see him with the fist in the air. Well, as overall maybe a slightly frustrating evening after some drama early on, he fought back and put on a darn good drive to get a podium at the very end of it all. Meanwhile, Adam Holland and Leon Steinman continue to battle. This is a battle for 9th. Les Carmichael driving off into the sunset. You're at 1-point podium runner. Not going to walk away at the podium, but he will take some solace in the fact that he will finish this race inside of the top 10. Vernon Messer not able to get close enough to the two right in front of him, and unless they come to blows, which they certainly got close to doing. Looks like Steinman is going to hold on to the final spot inside the top 10 as Adam Holland going to finish right in front in P9. So a few more cars left across the line, but in an incredible night of racing action here for round number 5 of the PCA Challenge class at Aragon. Heavy rain and changeable track conditions kept us as the broadcasters and these drivers for sure on their toes from the drop of the green through to the checkered, and the battling isn't even over yet. Andy McCune probably battling right now. This is a battle hanging down his final turn with himself. The number 61 car right around, I believe, unless I'm very much mistaken. That, yes, it is. It's Chris Schuessler in that number 61. Effort started this race up at the back of the pack after not setting a time in qualifying, if my memory serves me correctly. Going to put him in P23 in the battle between the final two to cross the line here in this race at Aragon. Touch on your results here right about now after 33 laps of racing action. Our shout outs as well go to Anthony DiVincenzo, speaking about him being on the charge. Set the fastest lap of the race at a 1:41.856.
That's the end of the session.
Right on lap 30 shows you how quick he was able to get
the race
those dry
is
tires
finished.
up
The
to
track
temp
is
and able to set some heaters as we got
open.
to the end. But Ed Trippett
I
is
see
your
that the podium
winner at the end of it all.
finishers have
Put on
already
a darn good
disconnected,
drive to
so
grab the W. Johan Nye is going to finish
we'll
in
just say this
second
in
with Anthony
party. If you have
DiVincenzo
any
completing
questions
your
about
podium in third.
tonight's
John
race
Kaplan will
in
finish
terms
in
of the
fourth in front of
penalties,
him.
visit the Ask Race
In front
Control
of
channel
Jeffrey
on Discord
Block,
now,
who's
so we
right
have to
behind him.
respond.
Robert Gales is
That
finishing
was
this
a
race in
great race.
P6 in front of Ken
Congratulations to
Esker.
everybody getting that
Put
car
on a
across
very
the
nice
finish line at the end.
About the driver of the 77 too
We'll
much.
see you in a couple of weeks. Everybody have a great night.
Top 10 right
We'll see
through
you
the
back.
end. Our shout outs go to him.
Thanks, Michael.
I should have been in the top 10.
After some drama
Thanks,
early
Michael.
on, he
Yeah, it was a
finishes
lot of
this
fun
race in
tonight.
8th in front of
Thanks for
Adam
having me
Holland in
back.
9th.
I should have been
and
at
Leon
least
Steinman leading your top 10.
between 7 and 9.
Looking through the rest of the field, we got Vernon Messer class in P11, Andrew Hillman in 12th, Dave Jones in P13, Ben Whitehurst in 14th, Alex Lidback is classed in P15, David Sauntry in 16th, Keith Markison with a crash in the midsection of this race is classed in 17th, Lisa Eskridge in P18, Jack Stevenson in 19th, Patrick Augrey will finish this race in 20th. Only a few more drivers left to go through. James Legault had some hardware failure during this race. He's classed in 21st. The same same, I believe, can be said about Thomas Doherty, who pulled over to the side of the road midway through and spent a decent amount of time there. He was able to rejoin the race and finishes in 22nd. Chris Schuessler, after starting this race at the back of the pack, is classed in 23rd. Andy McCune, the last of the drivers to see the checkered flag, as Chris Drankovich ran into tricky bits throughout this race and is classed down in 25th. Let's have a chat, though, with your race winner at the end of tonight. Ed Trippett now joins us here in the broadcast booth. Ed, welcome in. Congratulations on the victory here at Aragon. How was it out there here tonight?
What did you say? What position?
I had a blast. You know, I really just had a blast. I really like this track. I like the rain. I was pretty committed and determined after last week's little, falling off the edge of, the corkscrew there. Not my favorite turn, so I'm glad we got this track. I really like this track.
That's the guy that won it.
I think right now. And like
Ed,
I said, the wet weather is why it really shines. So glad to see the three guys up on the top are all Mark Schnell drivers. So go team Mark Schnell.
Yeah, good team drive in a very tough race. I want to ask you about the track conditions, because all throughout really kept you racers on your toes, from the heavy rain right after the start to the track nearly being bone dry at the very end. How tough was it just trying to stay on top of the track conditions?
You know, I really practiced a lot for varying conditions. They gave us a heads up during a last week EDE that they might be looking even tire changes potentially. And, Anthony, he changed tires. He almost caught up with those fresh tires. So, it was a gamble. He just didn't know when. But I did watch last night's race. I learned a lot from that. Watched every race this week.
What the hell?
Just try to do my best to handle any conditions that would come. And just drive smooth. And when I drive slower, I tend to drive a little smoother. So it really worked out for me. I couldn't be happier. So hopefully I'm back in the hunt again.
Yeah, with your second win this season and your first trip into victory lane since Indianapolis for round number 3, I think you're going to carry a lot of momentum heading off into the next round of the championship at Zolder in 2 weeks' time. Bit of an oddity, that racetrack. So what are your thoughts?
What's up, Kevin?
I don't remember the track that well. Each 2 weeks for me, I just focus so hard on the track that we have to work on. I'm just glad that this track was new for everyone. I think it gave me a little bit of an advantage for some reason. But next week, there's some fast drivers up there. I don't take any of this for granted. I just had a good week. And I know the teammates I work with team racing, they're all fast. So I can't take anything for granted. I got to work really hard. Want to call out to all my friends that are watching, Rick, if he's out there, and Blake and Danielle and little Harrison, and of course my buddy Josh out in California there. But anyway, thanks again for everything you guys do. I want to thank Doug and the team, and obviously our sponsors, Princess, who allows all this to happen. So thanks so much for everything.
And we absolutely love broadcasting these races. That was an awesome one here tonight. Looking forward to seeing you out there on the racetrack at Zolder next time out, Ed. Thank you for joining us here in the booth. Congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next time at Zolder. As that right there was Ed Trippett, your race winner here this evening. And let's also have a chat with our P2 finisher at the end of this race, Johan Nye, joining us now in the broadcast booth. Johan, welcome in. It's a P2 for you here at the end of this race at Aragon. How about you talk us through the challenges that you and all the rest of the racers had to face out there here tonight?
Yeah, I really didn't think I was going to be on the podium for this race. The wet was really a challenge. All of my practice races were dreadful, so I really wasn't expecting a podium, but I'm happy about that. Yeah.
I can imagine you are quite pleased. I want to ask you about the changing conditions of this racetrack, as all throughout we saw heavy rain in the early stages, then it dried out rather quickly with those howling winds and glaring sun. By the end, this was basically a dry racetrack. So I want to ask you how it was trying to stay on top of that throughout this race.
Yeah, the big question was, do you switch to dries? And my strategy was to pit very late. I'm actually pretty good on tires, so I think when I pit, there was still 70% left. So my strategy was just to save those extra 20 seconds in the pit and bring it home on the same tires.
Yeah, worked out pretty well for you, getting a P2 here in this race at Aragon. An
swapping
unknown
my
quantity
tires out.
for all of the racers up and down the grid, but nice to see you get a good result here. Going to ask you about the next round of the championship, though, at Zolder. That's also a bit of an unknown quantity. Used to host Formula One, but doesn't get a lot of love on iRacing, despite the fact it just got a fresh lick of paint a couple of seasons ago, if my memory serves me correctly. So what are your thoughts heading to that track next time out?
I have no idea. I haven't done a single lap yet on Zolder, so that's tomorrow's activity. Start the practice for Zolder. But I would like to give a shout out to some people. My wife, who puts up with my quote-unquote hobby. All of the instructors, Doug and the steering team. We really have an awesome program for bringing up folks and improving their abilities. You know, for a couple of years, I struggled in the middle of the pack, and you know, all of a sudden,
a couple of years
I'm up in the front, and
bro, it's my first year.
That's a testament to the program.
I got a long way to go.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you for joining us here in the broadcast booth,
I'm
Johan.
so
Congratulations on P2 here at Aragon, and looking forward to seeing you out there on the racetrack at Zolder next time out.
All right, thank you.
And that right there was Johan Nair, P2 finisher here in this race. And before we wrap up the show, let's have a chat with Anthony DiVincenzo, our P3 finisher here in this race. Anthony, welcome in. P3 for you, and a pretty wild one tonight. How was it out there?
Did you guys see that? That was crazy.
Yeah, we did. We're keeping focus on you. We were able to get the webcam feed and everything to see the body language in real time. Pretty good view into how topsy-turvy one of these 1 hour long races can be.
I can't tell you how many emotions I just went through in the last hour. There were highs and lows. I didn't know if it was rain or tears that I was trying to see through for a while. And then, you know, I just took a risk with my coach to switch it to dries, and then suddenly I was a rocket ship.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that decision to switch to dries. I've asked pretty much everybody else about staying on top with the changing conditions, but I want to ask you about the decision to switch on to dries, because as was pointed out by our wonderful producer, Mr. Hugo Luis, right towards the end of that race, you were up to 5 seconds quicker than everybody else. So how was it just basically running this race on easy mode towards the end?
It was really strange, you know, like I kind of figured, you know, what do we got to lose? Like, let's see what's going to happen. You know, I mean, I was sitting pretty for a first while. I had an unfortunate incident that wasn't my fault that knocked me back. And then I had one that was totally my fault that put me way in the end. And it was like, we needed a Hail Mary pass. So we saw the weather pattern was going away, and that we had gone from moderately wet to dry and all this. And we put them on, and suddenly there was just grip. I had a 14 wing on, which was helping me a lot in the corners, and plus the tires and the conditions of the tarmac, and it really kind of felt like I was cheating at times. Like, I just couldn't believe how much grip was out there. When I saw where we were on the white flag lap, I just said, let's send it, and we closed that gap and took third. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's a darn good drive for you all throughout, and it's going to give you a bit of momentum heading off into the next round of the season at Zolder. Round number 6 of the 7-round championship. So getting into crunch time, what are your thoughts heading there next time out?
I mean, I was looking at the points, you know, I think I'm fourth going into this round. And, you know, I know that Antonio, he had surgery, man. I hope you heal up well. With Team Max Schnell, we're missing you out there. I know he had a lot of talent. He'd probably be on the podium if he was healthy. So, but I'm happy to be here where I am. I think that the championship is going to be really close and challenge. People should tune in and watch this, man. It's going to be a great story the next 2 rounds.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to be on the edge of my seat here in the broadcast booth. We have had fine races up to this point. I expect
maybe I can come back and steal it, right?
The final 2 rounds. Anthony, thank you for joining us here in the booth, and congratulations on the P3 run.
Thank you so much. Thanks, PCA. Thanks to my coaches. Joachim, thank you for helping me out tonight. And thanks to my wife for letting me enjoy this hobby. Peace out, guys.
There we go, man. Happy wife, happy life. That right there was Anthony DiVincenzo joining us here in the broadcast booth. And that right there, folks, brings to a close the Aragon chapter from Series 14 of the PCA Sim Racing Series here at the end of 2025. Next time you'll be able to catch the action from the PCA Challenge class will be at Circuit Zolder Boulder on November the 20th for round number 6 of the season. As we get closer and closer to the end, not going to have to worry about rain, but going to have to worry about the challenges of that very tricky old Formula One track that I personally love, but can be a bit like Marmite. Once again, I want to give some thanks to Princess Cruise is a PCA title sponsor. I want to thank the steering committee here at Porsche Sim Racing, and also want to thank the wonderful producer that I have had the privilege of doing this broadcast with tonight, Mr. Hugo Luis, working all the cameras and the graphics in the virtual production hauler. It's been a fantastic night of racing action, and hopefully all of you tuning into the show on RaceBot have thoroughly enjoyed it. And if you have, how about you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss out on any of the PCA action. But as for this broadcast here, for round number 5 of the PCA Sim Racing Series Challenge Class season here from Aragon, that will just about do it. So for myself, Ron Mullins, I say thank you all so very much for tuning into the action here tonight, and we hope to see you all wherever it is in the not too distant future.
My man's held it down. Adios. Let's see. So where did this all go south? I have no idea. I felt like I was stringing a good, decent race together. Who is this? Lap 2? I'm in position. What position am I in? 20th? Maybe. I was braking early a lot at the beginning. Should probably jump in that Porsche Cup. So confused. I'm gonna register for that race. I'm gonna do the Porsche Cup, 8 minutes. Where is the NXT series at? Let me see. Before I jump in there. Super Formula Lights. That sounds kind of fun. Ringmeister. I don't own that bad boy. Oh wow, this is cool. This might be fun. Damn, 22 minutes. Oh, that's where I fucked up. I wanted to see what happened. Idiot. So lap 3? What happened here? So I made a pass on Eskridge. This is down the long straight. Idiot, bro. What a dummy. That was bad. I shouldn't have done that. That sucks. So I think between that and my horrible pit strategy, that's what fucked me up. Laguna. What is this? Laguna. Oh, that was... Oh, I missed that race. Why did I miss Laguna? Well, alright. We'll have to look at that broadcast later. Save it. I don't know. Do we save it? It's an hour-long race. I don't think so. Sorry. Alright. Let's see what this is looking like. NXT series. Oh, man. Crofty. What the hell? What's going on here? Ooh, I'm gonna need that line. At least for a couple sessions. Not a couple sessions. Get this shit out of here, bro. Delete. I don't know how to do these, where you can set, like, schedule something. I don't know how to, those upcoming. I don't know how that works, but I need to figure all that out one time. Alright, let's see. Ooh. Alright. Let's, wow. Alright, let's get some practicing. We're gonna run around the track and see if we can get some, just get a feel for the car track combo. We'll use the racing line. And then after that, we will remove it and hopefully in time for the
Pit lane
race.
speed limit is 31 miles per hour. Pit exit's clear. Stay behind the white line.
Alright, can't send it there. Alright. Alright, can't send it there, so.
Your exit's clear. Don't cross the white line.
Alright, let's see. 6 drivers in the session. We're gonna need more than that, jeez. Come on. Alright, how long do we have before the session starts? Alright, like 10 minutes? I'm gonna lift off a little bit. Okay, I'm here. Hit the brake. What is it, second gear maybe? Okay. Nope, I don't know. Maybe. Now we gotta figure out if they have the chicane. Nope. It's just open, wide open. Alright, here we go. Yo, the curves are crazy. Alright, let's see. Okay, I'm trying to piece together this track again. I'm not one of those guys that can hear a track name and really know what it is. There's not a lot of racers here though. Uh-oh. Bro, how do you... Oh, okay. Oh, I need to push the pass button too. What is that? I need to set that up because I keep forgetting that on this car.
Gotcha.
Okay, so now after the car has gone around for a lap, you can definitely push it.
There's an incident in Islops. We think it might be Burkhardt.
It's gonna take a second for me to figure this out. So I'm gonna say that this is push to pass. Oh, that is push to pass.
P3.
Alright, cool. So we do have push to pass mapped. Let's see if we can get this push to pass to go. What race is that? Is that Laguna? Oh yeah, it looks like
Incident
Laguna.
in Nickerbrook. Looks like it's Wenzel.
Oh wow, look at his iRacing though. He's way better than me. Yeah, just to compete with these guys, I might have to keep the racing line on. It doesn't seem like they see a big lobby.
P2.
Let's go.
stuff.
Who's that? Oh, fuck. That's the guy to follow. The guy that's got the 2.4 rating. If I'm gonna learn anything, it's gonna be off him.
P3.
I already fucked up. There's only 9 drivers. This is gonna be an easy win for these guys. Especially when you got people like me in the mix. Fuck, lost my tire. Jesus.
We've been called into the pits by the stewards for repairs.
Who's running the best laps out here? Nope. Nope. Who's running the fastest laps out here? Results. Brian. That's the guy we want to watch. Where is he? He dipped? Ah. Let's ride with these dudes. Let's try to figure this out. Probably should. Towards the end, second there. He's in second, third.
Hey, by the way, left pedal is your brake.
Where is this, bro? Left pedal's your brake. Dude, trolling. Ugh. What up? Had to get in a drink real quick. Hey Z, what's up? You gonna get in on this? Bro, that race went to shit. I hit the paint and it went to shit. I slid right off like a dum-dum. But I did remember the wets. And I cost myself more time in the I needed to learn how to pit stop. I hate this track. Hell yeah, get on, because there's only 17 drivers, so we'll be in the same race.
The pit exit is clear. Push now.
Let me see if I can get around without the racing line. I don't know if I can. I think it's too early in this car. We'll try. I wish there was a button like Assetto Corsa where you can just hit the button and have the racing line or not.
Your exit looks clear. Stay behind the line.
Let's see if I learned anything. I lift a little bit. Come here. Alright, then here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go all the way to the straight, and then I believe just before the 100, we're gonna start slowing down. Put into second, I guess. It's the only way I can get around. Uh-oh. Alright, let's see.
There's an incident in D Elite.
Yeah, I didn't take that. Oh! Ah, fuck. Just say I didn't take that well. I'm gonna have to. Well. What is this? What is all this? How come I never get the nose every time I'm... Oh, I guess they're different on different cars. What is this? Alright.
Hey, is this a rolling start or a standing start?
This a rolling start.
What I think.
There's a car behind. Stay inside the line.
Oh, now the race session has started.
Ooh, fuck that up.
Uh-oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, guys. Ooh, that was at Laguna. I did good at Laguna. I got to 12th, it looks like. If I just keep it consistent, I gotta keep it together, y'all. That's my problem. Mentally, I'm not there. And clearly, I don't have the skills either, so. Some of these guys were talking about they played for years, and he's barely getting a podium. Fuck. I don't know. That just shows you how bad I am. What up, Jason?
What's up? What's up?
Luis Albino, I've seen this guy before.
All clear on pit exit.
Let's see. Uh-oh. Let's see if we can play with Jason a little bit. It. Alright, we're gonna break just before the 100.
On your right.
Oh!
Clear right. Right side. Clear right.
That was close.
I hate this track.
On your right. Clear right.
I brake way early.
Did he just crash? Ugh. We almost hit each other. Alright. I guess we're doing quali. Daniel Modad.
We have 2 laps to get the job done, mate.
Alright, let's see it. Lift a little bit, come over here. Brake, brake, brake. Get it into second. Bring it around. Easy on the gas. Do not give it full throttle there. You will spin out. Make sure we hit these braking points. You don't want to swing that ass too much, because you will spin out as well. Alright. A lot of this car is throttle control. Oh shit. Idiot. I need to figure out where to stop here, because I'm messing that up. And also here too. At the sign? No, that's way early. I don't know. Let's see if I get a lap in. That second gear is crazy. Alright, let's see.
The leader's just done a 120.0. The leader has just done a 119.6.
$119. Yeah, these guys are killing me. Okay, a little bit better. Maybe a little bit after that sign. Should be fine. We'll see what I get. I don't know. I'm not expecting much.
P5, you're now 1.6 seconds off the pace.
Damn.
The leader's just done a 119.6. The leader has just done a 118.6.
Oh, I need to get faster. I need to get a little more aggressive. Make some time up. And I fucked up. Idiot. Fucking dumb. Dumb. Dumb da dum dum. Alright, let's get... I know I messed up my quali. Jason, you not quallying or what? P10? Oh man, I'm cooked. Fourth gear is not optimal. I really need to change that visor to something else. I don't like that button. shitting on myself. I came in too aggressive. Adam Holland, okay. I need to not be so aggressive. I just need to stay alive. But these guys are so much faster, it's hard to just sit back and watch them take off. I guess it's better than being dead, huh? Let's see it. Okay. It's doable.
That's the end of the session. P10.
Get in a more relaxed position. Ugh. I wonder if that's going to change anything. Shouldn't. What up, Mike? Just flow with the track.
The track temp is 67 Fahrenheit. The air
Let's
temp
find out.
is 66. P10.
What's up, dog? I didn't do so good on that race. Oh, shit.
This is a rolling start. Stay behind Bean in the left column. You need to catch up to Bean. Race car speed is 45 miles per hour.
Oh! Yeah, it was the warden.
Catch up to Bean.
Just trying to figure out when I'm gonna head on over. Good luck, everybody. Remember, all races are won at turn one. Oh, this guy. Looks like trouble. Alright, let's see it. Everybody's still alive, so this is good. I'm gonna lift a little bit. We got cold tires.
Okay, Patrick, the next car is Gobor, car number 8, B license, and their
When
rating
do we get to
is
use push to
1.6.
pass? I forgot the rules on that. Ooh, this is gonna be hell right here. I'm gonna take it nice and easy. Just chill, go with the flow. There's gotta be nobody. Wow, shocker. Thought for sure we were gonna have some casualties.
Nico Brook, it looks like
Marigonkis.
Alright. Oh shit. Need to be careful with that little hump. There's a lot of lockups there. Oh! Killed him.
there's an incident in Denton's. We think it might be Bean.
Right
Bro.
side.
Oh fuck.
Still
Sorry
there.
about
Clear
that.
right.
Let me get away from that dude. Slowing me up, Gilmore. Probably should have used it here on him.
There's an incident in Nico Brook. It looks like it's Henman.
Alright, let's go. Ah, shit. He's using the shit out of his, huh?
Alright, Patrick, don't be intimidated by this little shit. Make him work for it. 7th position.
Oh,
Clear
no!
right. You're on the left, 3 wide. Clear
Fuck.
right.
Damn it, I hope I don't have too much damage. Fuck!
The car in front is Shreve, car number 6, and their rating
Nah, I
is
got some damage. I couldn't make that turn. No! Fuck! Yeah, I couldn't make that turn. I know I got damage. Fuck, man. I gotta be. No, I still have a wing.
Right, the guy ahead of us is Henman, car number 4, and their rating is 2.1.
Yeah, but
Your left.
my like,
Clear left.
it just feels really weird. I can't really.
Oh, bollocks. See if you can get him back.
Yeah, see, I can't even. It's like I don't have any downforce at the bottom or something. That sucks. I'm gonna pull in and see if I can get some repairs, but
Okay,
I
Patrick,
can't
the
drive
next
like
car
this.
is
Trevino.
car number 15, B license.
Yeah, 'cause I can't turn. See? It just slides out from under. Aw, man. Man, I'm fucking
You
up
have
this car.
10 incident points.
Yeah, the car's fucked. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's something in the rear, because every time I go to turn, it slides out from under. Yep, see? Let's see how long this repairs. Not that it fucking matters. Man, that guy was driving so stupid. A fucking green
Look out
and
for the
black
pit
car.
speed limit. The pit lane speed limit is
What an
31
idiot,
miles
bro.
per hour. 1. Box now.
Oh my god. Race is over.
Left front, 94%. Left rear, 94.
What happened, bro? Oh, I didn't have a wing. I thought I did have a wing. How long was I missing that? Just cruising around with no wing. Oh no, I just lost it. Who was it? I was already. When did it happen? Before this or after this? Oh, yeah, it happened way back there. This idiot. That blue and black car. Oh, it happened like at the beginning of the lap. And he probably doesn't even have any damage. Some bitch. Idiot. Ah, he got away with it too, huh? Fuck that dude. Who is he? David? Well, that was me just killing myself. He didn't really have much damage. I'm looking at his car. So then what happened to me? And I was cooked after that. Fucking idiot. Yeah, but something was up with my car. I couldn't make this turn. Oh, that sucks. Oh shit, I didn't mean that. Oops. He lost something. Oh, I should have like pushed into him more. I was trying to be fucking. I still didn't see what happened to my car. Like, what did he fuck up? I don't understand what. I didn't see anything come off my car. Oh, but he fucked up my wing. That second bump fucked up my wing. Well, that fucking blows. Well, that sucks. Yeah. This dude cooked me. Where we at with that wing, boss? Oh, he's still on track.
I'm gonna stay on the outside.
Looks like I might accidentally.
I'm gonna stay on the right, Robert.
Let's see.
Just stay on the right, Jay. Never mind, left.
We might have a little oopsies. Just giving you guys a heads up. Plans for this weekend. That's my mom's birthday. I gotta take her out. And then I don't really know, bro. I'm sure. What the fuck? I don't know. I know work's got a bunch of shit for me. But the only thing like concrete outside of working is on my mom's birthday, so that really outside of that, I was trying to renew my membership. You like to go to the batting cages? Oh yeah, where's oh David, damn it, he just passed me up.
Daniel, I'm gonna stay on the inside, on the right. Go around left.
Is it Daniel or David? Daniel, right? I don't know if there's any car shows. There might be some like some
black man.
Who's that?
I'm gonna stay to the right, guys.
Bro.
Let me let these guys pass and I'm gonna pull out. Come on, bro. How many people are there? They just keep coming?
There's traffic behind. Keep your wits about you.
What are you doing, man?
Who are you talking to? I hope you weren't talking to me. I said I was staying on the left. I was staying on the right. Go left. And you guys went 3 wide and took me out.
Jason's pissed. Oh.
Check it.
Blue flag.
I'm just minding my business. This fucking idiot. What the fuck?
Incident in. It looks like Daniel.
Clear right.
You have 16 incident points.
What the
Need
fuck?
to pit for repairs. We've had the meatball flag.
Oh my god.
Can you get the fuck out of the way next time? You fucking idiot.
You fucking open up your eyes, you dumb piece of shit. You don't look at your relative?
Dude, why are you going 2 miles an hour on a high-speed turn? What are you doing?
I was on the outlap. What do you want me to do? I was going slow though. Fuck!
Hey, I know you weren't talking to me, right? You're the one that ran into my ass.
That's it, guys.
Man, you fucked up, man.
Go watch the replay, dipshit.
Everybody mad.
Check 3 times every play, man. You screwed up, man. That's the truth. You screwed up.
Your room. And you guys took it 3 wide and took me out.
Man, you cannot stop in that way, man. You break in the corner, man. So you cannot do that, man. That's the wrong thing.
Oh, I can't even get on track, bro.
I'm staying to the right, go left.
I can't even get on track.
Hey, no, this isn't a fucking courtroom.
Well, looks like the cowboy rides
Check that
away.
replay, man. Check that replay.
Alright, I want to see the replay now. Right? Yo, that shit was bad though. I know I was going slow, but I wasn't like... I was just like kind of hovering. I was still on the gas. Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, this is that's the wrong lap. So wait, what happened? That's me getting fixed. So where is it? Where are we at? Go
Staying to the
live.
right, staying to the right.
Alright, let's see. That did not last long at all. Alright, let's see what happened. See how bad your boy fucked this up.
No one else has a problem, seems to have a problem passing the 8.
Alright, so I'm lifting off the gas, a little bit of brake, gas, light. I'm waiting for, what's his name?
Thank you.
That dude came out of nowhere. I ain't gonna lie, he was flying. Here he comes. Oh yeah, I'm going pretty fucking slow. Let's see. Yeah, where the fuck was he gonna go anyways? He wasn't gonna make that turn. Ah, whatever. Let me see what he did. Where was he? Oh, he was gone. Let's go back. Let's see how he reacted. Is that him? Modad? Oh, it is Modad. Thought it was Daniel Morad. Alright, let's see. What's homeboy doing in the cockpit? Turn your fucking halo off. Oh yeah, bro, he had a vision on me. What the fuck? He already had a fucking meatball. No, does he? Oh, that's not him. That's me. I'm stupid. Yeah, but he saw me. It is what it is.
I'm gonna stay to the right, leader.
Wait, do I get...
See, that's how you do it, 8.
Let's see. That was a mess. That was a fucking mess, bro. Let's see who's racing. What you got going on this weekend, Mike? Yeah, he's mad at 8 for sure. Poor Jason. He jumped in there just because I was in there. Aw. There's no racing going on, but let's see. Let me just put like sim racing and see if anybody pops up. No. How about I put like iRacing? See if something pops up. See if I can find somebody that's streaming. Upcoming. Swank Racing. I don't know who that guy is, but we'll show him some love. Alright guys, outside of that, your boy is out. He's had a shit night, shit racing. Are you gonna do Velocity on Sunday? I have to see, bro. I feel like I have something. Wedding, baby shower, youngest brother's birthday dinner, and a 5-year-old's b-day party. Sounds like a lot. Yeah, bro, I'm horrible when it comes to keeping up with plans, but I always gotta check with like my girl because she knows everything. I don't know shit. But I'll hit you up, text, bro, and I'll see what's up on Sunday if you head out that way. But I'll hit you up. All right. Appreciate the super chat. Shout out for that cockpit fund. Anyways.